Goodbye, dry dumps. Though I barely knew you at all, you had the grace to stay in me while normal shits would fall. Fall out of the asshole, still filled with that juicy moisture that the body craves, which you needlessly dump away. Now it's January, my shit will fly like dust in the wind. Yes, my dried up sandy feces must blow with the breeze. And I would've liked to kept you, you were just too dry. The moisture is all gone now. Now the dry shit sand must fly.
Dry dump December.
Never forget.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry 2020. No, it's not. It won't be 2022 when this.
No, it'll be Christmas.
This will be
New Year's Eve.
It'll be New Year's Eve. Almost. That's right. Oh, right. Because. Right. I knew that because I was going to announce my secret announcement, but it's not quite. I'll be one day shy of when I'm ready to say what that is, so I can't quite say it yet. So, the day after this drops, check my Twitter, and probably that day. I don't see why not. I'll be announcing what that is. It's going to be very funny. But in the meantime, I'm Ben Saint, and this is Give and Take.
Hey, speaking of secret projects, I said last time about mine that it would be done by the end of the year. I was pretty confident.
Yeah.
And the day after, immediately, things came to my attention that would push it back. So I was pretty optimistic.
Can I say I told you so?
Sure. I don't mind that.
Yeah, woo! I want to know the details, but obviously I'm sure you can't go into detail without...
I can say that it was optimistic of me to think that I would be able to work hard while Christmas was happening and even afterwards. I'm exhausted, and I'm like, I don't want to work.
It's not that there were more things that needed doing.
There are more things that need doing, but they're like intensive things that you can't just. Yeah. You can't just like, we'll do a little bit here and there. You need to like dedicate a day to it, and it's like, it's the holidays. Let's chill out for fuck's sake. And Christmas holidays goes into New Year's Eve. That's like a thing. So I'm like, all right, early next year.
Well, when you get close to being finished with something, like the closer it gets to being done, the harder it takes. The harder it is to like. What am I saying? The more like polish it takes. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
the 80-20 rule.
The thing was, but like the thing was, I already had been like I knew that, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, when last episode was recorded, I was like, we're really close, and then it was like, actually no, there's these other things that you didn't think about, that need to be added. Yeah, and so the news changed the way of things.
Well, I would love to know which things, but I'll have to ask another time.
You'll have to go to patreon.com/giveandtake and be a money spender to get the Money Spenders podcast, where I will drop the deets on that one. See, the secret of the secret project is that there is no project, and I'm just making people sign up to my Patreon so they can hear about it.
The secret project is a viral marketing campaign advertising something on the Patreon that doesn't exist.
Genius.
That would be really funny, actually. Actually, if it were that. Not that I'm saying it isn't that, but if it were that, it would be really funny. We can't rule anything out.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? That's okay. It's gotta,
I would have liked it.
it's
It would have been nice and neat and tidy.
to have it done by the end of
But
the year.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like whatever.
Yeah. I was I mean I missed my goal of having it having Phantom's Revenge out by exactly 1 year after I announced it on Twitter. I missed that by like a week. So, whatever.
You did release the beta though. That's out.
Did I mention? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, last week I think I said I was gonna release the beta. Was that just this week that I released that?
I think so.
Is that
it's only been out for a couple days. I haven't played it yet.
Wow. Yeah. This past week has just felt like a lifetime, is the thing. Wow, okay. I can't believe that happened in the same week as everything else. Yeah, I guess I did release that fucking thing. Yeah. I released the Phantom's Revenge beta on Patreon, and it's good. People have I expected it to have bugs. It did have some bugs. It had some small bugs. It had some typos. It had one bug that is very upsetting, because a few people have reported it. And okay, I have to sort of briefly explain what it is. There's a bug that a few people have encountered that is like, basically you get to the end of the game, and instead of just letting you play the game normally, it stops you from being able to use your attack command for some reason. And then people that are like, and they try to use other commands, and they use a different command that you're not supposed to be able to use, and the game like soft locks, and like you just can't do anything. The menu just like dies. And so basically it just means you can't beat the game. And not everyone's gotten it, but several people have, and I can't replicate it. I don't know what those people did to make it happen. I can't make it happen, which means I can't find it, and I don't know how to fix it, which is very upsetting.
You would need to gather more information about what computer they're running it on and things like that. In case it's like a, I don't know, Mac or Windows thing.
I don't think. Well, everyone. I think that all those people are running it on Windows. I don't think it's gonna matter what computer they're running it on. I think it's got to be in the code of the game. And I think they must be doing something. Like they must have. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But it's like, it's a terrible bug. That I can't let it stay in the game. This is one that needs fixing, but I also can't find it, and they like can't give me any additional information about like how they found it. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I gotta find it.
I think you should ask them to like record their gameplay, and if it happens to them again, send that game so you can study what's happening.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be my only idea.
Well, I mean, they've explained to me pretty clearly what it looks like, but like, I've asked them like, okay, what are the conditions under which it happens? And they've fully explained that to me too. So it's not. But I'm just like, so I don't know what else it could be, but it's got to be something. Like maybe it's that they died and reset a certain number of times before doing it, or something like that. I mean,
what's the code that causes the end of the game? Like,
the game. Okay,
does the menu change a bit?
What I think is happening is that against the final boss, you're not supposed to. I think the final boss is basically some sort of code is happening that is making the game think that the boss has been not defeated. Like the boss doesn't enter a defeated state, but the menu that generates lists of enemies that are targetable during an attack phase, I think it is removing the boss when the boss is attacked. It is removing it from the list And so when it comes time to do an attack, the menu sees there are no enemies to attack, and then it says, you can't attack, no enemies to attack, right? I think that's what is happening. I just don't know why it's happening, because when I've tried it myself, it doesn't happen. So, this is... I was fixing bugs that people were reporting me, and it was all little minor stuff. It was all, haha, very silly, very funny. This is the one that I'm like, shit. This one I don't know how to fix. I mean, I'm sure I'll get it eventually. At the moment, I'm like...
When you
I don't know how to fix it. It wasn't supposed to be hard. This was supposed to be easy.
When you go to try and replicate it, do you start from that stage, or do you start the whole game?
Yeah, I've been mostly starting it from that stage. I have to... Yesterday I was talking about it, and someone suggested, like, instead of starting up the game, at that stage, start from the beginning, and not in like the game maker like demo run function, but in like the external zip file, the external executable that I created and that I made downloadable for people. It might run differently. So I have to try it out in there. But other people have gotten to the same point and not had the issue happen. So it's not guaranteed, apparently. But all that is,
though.
It is fucked, and all that is to say, nobody has beaten the demo, or the beta. No, people beat the alpha, and I made the beta to be a little less hard than the alpha, but nobody has beaten the beta, and I'm sad to say I think it's probably because of this bug that just ruins the game, but not entirely. It's not entirely because of that, but it's I think it's maybe if that weren't the case, somebody would have beaten it by now, but nobody has. So I'm a bit bummed about all that, but I'll figure it out. I mean, other than that, the game is a masterpiece. Obviously, looks great, runs great, tugs at the heartstrings, makes you cry, makes you laugh. Memories to last a lifetime. A satisfying conclusion to the arc of the character of Phantom Horn. Yeah. So I got that to continue chugging away on this week. Yeah, I can't believe that was in the same week as Christmas and as me getting COVID. That's very funny. Yeah.
How you feeling, Ben?
Okay, pretty, decent. I felt really bad on. I felt bad on Christmas Eve. I felt really bad on Christmas. I felt better the next day. Today is the day after Christmas, and I feel, well, mostly okay. I think it's a little hard to say. I had a fever. I was getting a fever in the early stages on like the 22nd, or like 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I had a fever was coming and going. I was getting up to about like 100 or 101 degrees, and I felt fever, and I felt hot and cold. I felt chills, felt sweaty, alternating between the two. Very bad, very unpleasant. And then that kind of went away. Sometimes I feel a little bit of it, like just like right now I'm feeling a little bit warm all of a sudden, for no reason. But I've been taking my temperature, and I haven't had any fever in like a day or two. And they say, according to CDC guidelines or whatever, that like you might be non-contagious. You might have like kicked the infection as of like 3 days after having a fever. Like even if like a sore throat persists or other things persist, if you haven't had a fever in a few days, you might be over it. You might not be contagious anymore. So I guess that's good. I was this morning I felt like I might be losing my sense of smell, but I wasn't sure. And there were other factors at play. Like the room was really dry and my nose hurt because the air was dry. And also I'd been eating menthol Ricolas, and I thought maybe the menthol was like interfering with my smell. So I was like frantically smelling things, and I could smell some things. So I was like, okay, maybe it's fine. But then other things, I was like, I feel like it used to be stronger. I feel like I used to be able to smell it stronger. I can't tell. I can't tell if I'm just imagining it.
It sounds like you sort of are still stuffed up, which is like a cold.
Yeah.
Which is normal to not smell so good during a cold anyway.
Yeah.
Because of all the nose problem, the mucus and the stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think it's I'm not really that. I have a little bit of a nose thing. I don't think it's that. Like I wasn't stuffy this morning when I was smelling stuff. Now I kind of am.
Well, if you were dry, then you couldn't have made enough mucus to get stuffy.
Yeah.
But you also can't smell well when you're dry. You just gotta drink a bunch of water, and hopefully it'll flush itself out, and then you can smell better.
You know, the symptoms have been like, it's just like a rotating list of things that just keep happening. Like sometimes
a rotisserie chicken.
Like COVID is like a big rotisserie chicken, just going around and round and round, juicy and delicious. But you can't smell it. The symptoms, they just keep changing. Like sometimes I have a fever, sometimes I have a stuffy nose, sometimes I'm coughing, sometimes I'm sneezing. Sometimes I'm just fine. Like I woke up on. This is a tragic story. So I thought I might be sick. So I tested myself on the night of the 23rd, and it was negative, and I was like, great. And then I woke up, but I felt sick. So I woke up early the day of the 24th, before my mom was supposed to come get me for my whole family was supposed to come get me for Christmas Eve, and I was like, okay, I'm going to test again. And I tested, and I was positive, and it was like little pink line appeared on the test strip, very faintly. I was like, shit, but it's positive. So I had to call them and tell them, guys, Christmas is fucking canceled. No. I got COVID. Yeah. It was very sad. No, quick note, by the way, a few people made fun of me and said, like, oh, the monkey's paw curled. Multiple people made some comment to that effect. Because last time on the episode, I said if I got COVID, at least I wouldn't have to do my like stupid family Christmas Eve party, which is true. Oh, no. I meant it. I meant it about my extended family, aunts and uncles and cousins party. I hate those. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about those people. I have nothing to say to them. I did not mean it about my like regular, like seeing my family for regular Christmas. That I was very sad about. I had a very sad Christmas this year.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. I was pretty bummed about it. But anyway, so I tested positive. So then the next day, Christmas, I woke up and I was like, I don't feel anything at all. I don't feel like I have a fever. I don't feel a headache. I don't feel runny nose. I don't feel anything. I feel like, could I be over it? So I went and I got another test and I took it. And it was the red line this time was like dark crimson. It was like, no, you're way more positive now than you were before.
Oh dear.
And I was like,
a Christmas nightmare.
Yeah. So, but I didn't feel worse. Like I have continued to feel a little bit better. I'm still not 100%, but I feel much better today than I did on Christmas. I was like it was hard to like walk. Like I was getting like fatigue going upstairs and stuff. Now I'm like, I feel mostly normal. Except for a little bit. but it's like 90% there. So I'm hoping that I'm over it mostly, or I'm going to be over it soon. When you Google it, it says like I found some sources that say, oh yeah, when you're like 5 or 10 days in, a lot of people, they start to feel better, but then like 5 or 10 days, bam, no, it comes back, and then they get long COVID, and then they're sick for like a month. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. So for me, that would be in about 3 to 5 days, that would be the 10-day mark for when I got sick. So I guess we'll see by then if it comes roaring back. I was a bit nervous.
Shit.
Hey, you there? Can you hear me? I was a bit nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. I was a bit nervous to record this podcast because having a conversation, having like a talk, will be a test for the scariest symptom of COVID, which is brain fog, which is when you just can't think and remember stuff correctly. And it happens for the same reason that you sometimes lose smell and taste, which is why I was very scared this morning when I woke up and I thought maybe I can't smell stuff, which is that according to some Google results, COVID just destroys your brain, just kills part of your brain, just shrinks it, no matter what, even in a mild case. Just if you've had COVID, you have less brain than you had before.
So you're going to be hyper aware of how witty you're being this episode.
Yeah, I am. And every time I stutter and stammer, I think, I've got it. I lost my brain.
But Ben, you stutter and stammer all the time.
I know I do. As Trixie famously made fun of in Who Are These Podcasts? But little did she know it would be my saving grace. I could point to and go, aha, that's proof that I still have my brain, though. It's very scary. It's very upsetting. When
I could imagine, yeah. Because it's your brain, so like you don't know at any moment.
Yeah.
You think,
yeah, I can't imagine a more upsetting symptom that you could tell me is a symptom of a disease that I just found out that I have.
It's like try not to think about it. Just try to relax. Because like I guess getting stressed out is not going to do anything. But like it's hard. I understand.
When I tell people that I'm worried that like COVID will destroy part of my brain, I usually feel like they just kind of scoff at me. Like nobody seems to like care or like take that seriously, that is like a thing that you can read about on Google, is that it does that. There's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, I haven't heard that, but I also don't know that many people who have gotten COVID either, so.
There's not that many reports about it, but there's a few, and like, I don't know. I was furiously Googling looking for like reasons to believe that like this would not happen. And like I couldn't find that much about it. Like I couldn't like, you know, there's not that much research into it yet, but like there's a few very disturbing ones that are like, oh, and I don't know, there was one.
Were those people vaccinated though when they got that? Was it the same strain of COVID that you read about?
Some of them were from like before the vaccine was available. Some of them were like studying the brains of people who died of COVID, which is like, okay, maybe that's kind of a self-selecting sample right there. There's at least one that is like, that specifically says like even people that had a mild case still saw like a brain loss. And that's like, was comparing like CAT scans or like, brain scans of people that they'd had them before they had COVID and they got scanned after, and they just compared it, and it was like, yeah, across the board. And I think that one was the word. I think that one, there's a line in it, and there's like a video that goes along with it too, and the nurse in the video repeats it, and they say something to the effect of like, this could be like a major health crisis in the future. Like all these people, like the effect on the brain was something like similar to what you see in like Alzheimer's, or what you see in like, or in like the aging process, right? It just made the brain like effectively like older. And it's like, oh, well, this could be a major health crisis in the future. Like maybe all these people will just be at increased risk for Alzheimer's later. And it's like, oh, okay. Maybe on the one hand, I want to say like that's like, well, that's pretty ridiculous. Like, like a third of the population has had COVID. Are you telling me that like in the future, and you know that number is only going to go up? It seems like probably like everyone will eventually get COVID. Are you telling me that like, due to the COVID pandemic, 20, 30 years from now, in the future, everyone will just be at increased risk for Alzheimer's? Like, is everyone, are just way more people going to have Alzheimer's? Like, that's ridiculous. But then also, like, what if they will, though? Like, what if that is just a thing that will happen because of this?
What was it, like, is it just one nurse saying this in this one video? Was there like
okay, it was a bit
it?
I remember the wording was a bit ambiguous because it wasn't clear if she was talking about these people as in these specific people the study was about, or if she's talking about these people as in people who have had COVID generally. Because
I would imagine they're talking about the specific case of the people who had a mild case, person who had a mild case but still had brain shrink.
Here we go. It's www. The Scientific American. Even mild cases of COVID may leave a mark on the brain. This is the one. Okay, this one. Because like, right, the COVID affects your. It makes you lose smell and taste sometimes. And smell and memory are in like the same. I think they're in the hippocampus. I think that's right. But they're in a related part of the brain, and like I guess where a lot of the effect happens is there. And so like when it fucks up your smell, it's doing similar damage to a place where it might fuck up your memory.
Could you link that?
Yeah, sure. It's right here. There's a video too, which damn it, it's not really like it's not playing here. One time I had this article open. I had this very article that I'm about to link to you. And I went to like pick up some my grocery delivery, and I came back and it had started playing a video. I hadn't told it to play one. Maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it was just a similar one. But it was another one. It had auto started playing a video that I hadn't even been aware of. And yeah, there was a nurse saying the same thing about like this could be a major health crisis going forward. Oh, maybe it's this one, the CMAJ News, which has like the same title. Ugh, I'm getting like a dry throat from talking about it. I think I might just be talking too much. I'm gonna take a sip of my black raspberry blackberry clear splash sparkling water beverage from Stop and Shop.
Well, I'm lucky, I guess. I haven't got COVID yet. And I did manage to, like, last minute, get my booster. That I've been told,
well, I didn't even get my booster. I put off getting it like a fucking idiot.
I mean,
I don't
I
know
did
if it
as
would have
well.
made a difference. Yeah.
I did as well, and I was like, I should probably get it before, like, the Christmas Eve party, but there's no way I'm gonna get one in time.
Yeah.
But then, miraculously, my phone popped up with a notification. You can now get your booster. Sign up at the website. I'm like, fuck, okay. I was kind of waiting for them to do that, because people had told me you can just sign up. But I'm like, I guess I could have. But, like, there was one, like, a few miles away, and it was on Christmas Eve morning. So I'm like, fine, that's good. I'll have the booster in the morning, and then in the evening, there'll be people around. And hopefully none of them have COVID.
Yeah.
I haven't actually tested since then, but everyone in the family's felt fine. Nobody who has been to the party has reported anything, so that's a lucky one. And my arm hurt for a bit, and that was it. But it was a Moderna. It was a Moderna booster. I got Pfizer, Moderna. That's my code. That's my secret code.
You can't mix and match. You're gonna die.
If I'm a level in like PS1 game, and you've got like 4 symbols to choose.
Oh, yeah, it's your level.
Pfizer, Moderna. That's my level.
Pfizer, Moderna. Yeah, cool, good. Yeah, I didn't get my booster. Obviously, I regret that now. I don't know if it would have made a difference because Omicron is apparently very good at not giving a fuck if you're vaccinated, which is very funny.
I mean, I heard that like, you got it at like Munchie's, like a house party with a bunch of people.
Yeah, and those people were boosted, and a bunch of them got it.
Yeah, so
or at least some of them were boosted.
I heard that Munchie had to like cancel a flight to go see his parents for Christmas because of that.
Yeah, they had Christmas plans, and they had to. Yeah, probably even worse than mine, honestly, because they were gonna travel to see their families. I was just gonna go. Well, I mean, I was gonna see like I've seen my parents not that long ago, but like, Nate and Michelle were in town, and my sister and her boyfriend were in town. We were gonna do a family. I didn't get to see them. Who knows when I'll see them again? But oh well. But yeah, Munchie had a similarly tragic cancellation. Cassie too. Everyone over there at the Munchie house. Everyone got sick. They're all just sick.
Sucks. And then I'm gonna be flying in there soon, assuming that like I probably will be able to.
Hopefully we'll have herd immunity, I guess. By then. When are you coming?
Like
soon, right?
Like second week of January, I think.
Oh, so like 3 weeks from now or less. Yeah. Oh wow. Let me see. Are the COVID cases not spiking as much? Let me take a look. No, they are spiking more than ever. Okay.
That's terrible. I'll just have to like look like weird, and people will leave me alone, which I'm very good at. I'm talented in that area.
It might help to an extent.
I feel like it's kind of inevitable if I'm getting on a plane and if it's with people on it that are next to me, I think it's kind of like if one person has it, there's no chance. There's a high likelihood that I'm just going to have COVID in Boston.
It's a bit out of your control. Yeah.
Is it worth? I don't know. I think so.
I mean,
I'm not afraid to die. Well, I am.
Yeah. The I don't know. It's jeez. It's I don't know. Nate. The I think it was Nate in particular. Nate in particular was pushing. Nate wanted me to just like. Ben, I know you got COVID, but like, you should come anyway. Like, we're all prepared to get COVID. Like, we don't care. Well, not exactly. He was like, you can wear a mask, you can social distance. And I was like, on the one hand, that's nice of you. I'm glad that you want me to be there. And that's nice. On the other hand, terrible idea. Also, I feel horrible. I feel sick. I want to go to sleep. So for all these reasons and more, I will not take you up on your kind offer. Yeah, Lamau.
I feel like if there's a saying, oh, you probably shouldn't fly, I would have to reconsider. People start saying you probably shouldn't, like if a government thing comes out says you're allowed to fly, but we advise against it. I'm not sure. I would probably go anyway if I'm still allowed to.
It's like, I don't know, on the plane, I think if you get like unlucky and you like get seated next to someone who just happens to be contagious, I think you're probably just fucked. But like,
yes,
who knows if that will happen? You could get it going to the airport. You could get it in the airport. true.
Yeah.
I think the most likely scenario if you were to get it while traveling is if you just happen to be seated next to a contagious person, which you have no control over.
Yes, unless hopefully, my favorite time in a plane is when it's not full, and so you can just spread out and go to have a whole little area by yourself. And I feel like just after Christmas, planes are going to be packed with people going home. But a little bit after, in January, I feel like maybe it'll be a little quieter. I'm prepared to get sick. I am a little worried about what could happen afterwards. I feel like I feel like it's, since I'm also boosted, I feel like the worst that seems to be happening for most people who have the double vax and the boost, the worst is like, oh, you have a fever, oh, you have a cold, and that's about it, and there's no lasting effects, and you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens to most people. Some people...
And I'm part of most people.
You are part of most people. Congratulations. Some people develop long COVID. Some people develop memory problems and permanent loss of sensation. They're not most people. And I do think I think that the incidence of long COVID is reduced if you are boosted, if you're vaccinated. I think that's the case. But Omicron just kind of doesn't give a fuck. Omicron just doesn't really care about vaccines, so who knows, man. I don't know. I mean,
you just gotta have super willpower.
If you get sick on your trip, I feel like it'll ruin your trip. You know what I mean?
Well, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the whole point is to see people. If I have to hide in a room the whole time, what a waste.
Yeah. What a waste. It would be even worse. It would be even worse than just not getting to go, frankly. I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is, frankly, I would consider rescheduling. Just the numbers. The numbers.
Numbers go up.
Look at this graph. I don't know.
I'll think about it, but it's been so long.
It has been so long. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. Wait, I want to gripe. I want to gripe about fear some more. I want to say that I'm scared. That's the thing about most people. Most people don't complain about memory loss, brain fog, permanent loss of sensation. Most people don't complain about those things. But according to one or two Google results, citing scientific studies, it might be, I don't know, I lie awake at night. Think, like, what if... Okay, but, like, what if those people just don't notice? What if those people just did lose, precious brain? It's gone forever. But they just, but it's not serious enough that, like, they notice it? But, like, it is gone, and it is affecting them, just in a subtle way that, like, they're not picking up on. They are stupider. They have lost some cognition. They just aren't noticing. What if that's, like, most people? What if that's me right now? What then, Gib? What if that's true? Tell me what if right now.
Well,
tell me what if that happens.
If you want to find out for sure,
okay,
you should write on a piece of paper, like the smartest thing you could think of, and every day check it. And if you can still understand it, then you're fine.
I think to myself, Ben, you're pretty stupid already, so it's fine. But then I think, is that good? If I'm gonna lose a little brain, do I want to be stupid? If I'm already stupider, then does that mean I have less to lose? And so the difference would be less. There'd be less overall difference. Yeah, man. I do. If I'm stupider, would I have less to lose, or do I want to be smarter, so that I have more brain, so that if I lose if I lose it, I'm left with more on the net. You know, which one of these is better?
The smartest people
say in the
are
comments.
the dumbest
Say in the
people.
comments. Say in the comments whether you would like to have less brain to lose, or start with more and be left with, and lose more but be left with more. Think about it. Let me know what you think.
Just look, if you're gonna lose some brain power, lose more, lose all of it. Get it gone. Be a man. Do the big brain loss.
You're right. Why go halfway with anything? Lose it all. Lose yourself in the moment. Lose yourself in the COVID.
You better never let it go.
I don't actually know the words to that song. I can't riff it.
This opportunity comes many times every day.
This opportunity comes
all the fucking time.
This opportunity comes when you're in public. I don't know. Don't wear a mask. Well, now. Just gotta do it. Just gotta do it. If you had one chance to lose all your brain cells with SARS-CoV-19, would you get it? Would you catch it?
This is your moment to get COVID.
Once in a lifetime chance.
Dude, those bug chasers must be fucking thrilled at all this COVID.
It's that meme of the guy on TikTok offering a trade, you know. You receive SARS-CoV-19. I receive, you lose brain. Yes.
What meme is this?
You know, it's a TikTok. It's of a guy. I've never actually seen the video, but it's like a guy with long hair in like a suit.
It's the joke of the meme that like lose brain and then he's talking insane.
No, the meme is just he's a guy in a suit. And he's sort of got his hands together.
Well, I know the meme, but like I don't know what you were saying.
I don't know, just because the joke of that meme is that you give something and you get something, and that's funny for some reason. So that
I received
COVID,
SARS CoV-19. You receive SARS-CoV-19. we both
COVID. Now we're both sick.
It's a fair trade.
I'm still, you know, I haven't tested again. I'm gonna wait a few days and test again, and it's possible that I might be negative or non-contagious soon, in which case I will count myself lucky. But you know, there's I think it's possible that I might, you know, some people develop complications and those start to show up, you know, soon. So I'm like still worried. I'm still like, you know, I woke up this morning like, oh my god, I can't smell. Oh my god.
I know the wake up, I think I'm going to die feeling. I've felt that before.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, optimistically, I'm like mostly recovered, and I'm gonna test negative in a few days, and nothing else will happen, and I'll be like, okay, whatever, haha, fine. Well, if I lost some brain, I guess I wasn't using it anyway. Lamau. But
and then you go to fix the bug in Phantom Horn, and Phantom Horn's Revenge, and you're like, oh wait, I needed those neurons. Oh god, I needed those exact amount of neurons. They're gone.
Just like with this conversation, when I've been working on the bug fixes, I keep thinking like anytime I like, okay, it's so stupid. Anytime I think like, oh, I lost my train of thought while I was working on this thing. Oh, I got distracted. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, there it is. It's the brain fog. It got me. But then I'm like, I'm always like this. I was always just constantly just like type a get distracted. You know, just pay attention to something else for like 45 minutes, and then like, what was I doing? Like that's normal. That's normal for me. So I don't. So I guess I've already had COVID. I guess I've just
You've
been
had
living the
life
COVID
COVID.
life this whole time. Yeah, I am COVID. Oh, best funny fun. Wait, okay. I have a couple of Christmas gifts that I want to mention. The funniest Christmas gift that I got was my dad re-gifted me the I have COVID shirt. So I have it.
Now you have COVID. It is passed from father to son.
Yeah.
It's now a
Although
family heirloom.
I think he got a false positive, or he was asymptomatic or something, because he like had basically nothing happened. He didn't report like any symptoms at all. He said he felt fine the whole time. So but I mean that was before Omicron. So maybe it was just he got it, but it was like he was vaccinated, so it was like didn't do anything. So that was funny. Nate gave me a George Washington's Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior in Company and Conversation.
Lol.
And this is a okay, it's funny. It's not, he didn't write this when he was like an adult. When he was like 14, George Washington wrote down a bunch of rules of like how to be polite and make people like you. Here, I'll read an excerpt. This is George Washington's 75th rule. In the midst of discourse, ask not of what one treateth, but if you perceive any stop because of your coming, you may well entreat him gently to proceed. If a person of quality comes in while you are conversing, it is handsome to repeat what was said before. Okay.
So catch them up to speed.
Don't interrupt.
But only a person of quality.
These are actually, yeah. A lot of these are actually pretty good. Like a lot of these are like, yeah. It would be rude to come into a room where someone is talking and be like, "Hey, what are you talking about?" But if they like stop, to be like, "No, continue. Don't stop on my account." Like that is the polite thing to do. I think that's good advice. That's true. Here's another one. When you see a crime punished, you may be inwardly pleased, but always show pity to the suffering offender. Oh, here we go. This is another one. This is one that this is one I have to disagree with. Show not yourself glad of the misfortune of another, though he were your enemy. I can't condone that one.
That's a classic anti-Ben Saint line.
I think it would depend. For me, it would depend. If it's okay. I mean,
what would it depend on?
It would depend on the manner of misfortune. If it's like a completely unearned misfortune, like if it's someone like gets like run over by a truck or like breaks their leg or like gets COVID or something, I might be like, even if I hate them, I might be like, oh, well, that's too, but if it's like, oh, they ruined their own such shit, they brought it on themselves, they were an anti-vaxxer and they got COVID, then I'm like, fuck them. So that one's like, I sort of agree with it.
I just made myself laugh thinking of like, but I'd enjoy hearing about misfortune of like super rich people like Elon Musk. And then I imagined the headline, Elon Musk run over by his own Tesla. And the image was a little absurd. But it's so true. It could happen.
He was in his own exploding when it exploded, and tragically.
No. He was outside of the Tesla, and it ran him over, and that's how he died.
Okay, this one's cool. I'm going to read one more. The 36th rule. Get a load of this one. Artificers and persons of low degree ought not to use many ceremonies to lords or others of high degree, but respect and highly honor them. And those of high degree ought to treat them with affability and courtesy, without arrogance. Okay,
What's the ceremony bit part mean?
I don't know. Okay. By artificers and persons of low degree, does he mean like craftsmen and like blue collar people?
I would imagine like lower class.
Okay. So they don't use ceremonies. Treat lords with respect, but don't use many ceremonies. as in like being like, oh, your highness, your grace, oh, it is my great esteem to behold thy.
Don't bother talking to them. Just get your work done.
I think that's what it means. Yeah, don't fucking waste my time with this shit.
I mean, if you're a person working, you don't want to have to like bow every time a lord enters the room while you're doing his wall. You'd be like, yeah, we're gonna break it down here through there, like a lovely little plastering.
You know what? That one sucks. Let me read another one. Read no letters, books, or papers in company, but when there is a necessity for the doing of it, you must ask leave. Come not near the books or writings of another, so as to read them or give your opinion of them unasked. Also look not nigh when another is writing a letter. Yeah. Okay. Pretty reasonable.
It's a work in progress. Get out of here! I'm trying to write. I'm trying to read.
Hey, what are you writing there? Hey, George.
Hey, George Mr. Washington, what are you writing there?
What are you writing there? Leave me alone! Didn't you read my book? I said, leave me alone, kid.
I'm 14, and this is upsetting to me. I'm gonna write that down in my book.
I'm 14, and I'm writing here. I'm trying to write here. All these dang artificers and persons of low esteem always coming into my dang study and asking me what I'm talking about and what I'm writing. Leave me the fuck alone. Why don't you quit using all these damn ceremonies at me, you fucking you fucking freaks. You mute, you degenerates.
Was George Washington like English and he came over, or was he born in America? I have no idea who he is, but I know he's like early American.
He must have been born in England. He couldn't, like, there was like no people lived in America. No, I'm stupid. That I think he was born in America.
English,
it's like the colonies had existed for. Well, how long did the colonies exist? Like more than 100 years.
Well, how long did it take them to build the railroad?
Well, we built the railroad after the War for Independence, right?
Okay. Yeah, they had the wagons. They went around, killed all the natives.
That was later. That was later. Well, it was kind of at the same. Well, we never really stopped doing that.
Does America even really exist?
Now there's a real question. Okay, he was born in
a log cabin in the middle of the sea.
No, I think he was from Virginia, right? Born. God, I'm looking at his Wikipedia page. Yeah, he was born in Pope's Creek, Virginia, in British America. Yeah, he was born in the colonies, so he was American. Okay. I didn't know they called it British America, but it makes sense, I guess.
They call British Columbia.
This one. Okay, George. I could have told you this one. Never express anything unbecoming, nor act against the rules moral before your inferiors. No, don't say anything. Don't say anything bad or do anything bad when people can see you.
When people of lower stature can see you and say, "Hey, that nobleman deserves a guillotine." Maybe.
I guess that implies that you can do things that are unbecoming and act against the rules moral when you're around your buddies or your superiors. In fact,
so that's a classic like hoity-toity thing.
Yeah. Be not immodest in urging your friends to discover a secret. By discover, I think he means like reveal it. Okay, this one seems weird. In walking up and down in a house, only with one in company, if he be greater than yourself. Wait, what? In walking up and down in a house, only with one in company, if he be greater than yourself, at the first give him the right hand, and stop not till he does, and be not the first that turns. What? Okay, there's more.
Okay.
Wait, let me finish.
All right.
And when you do turn, let it be with your face towards him. If he be a man of great quality, walk not with him cheek by jowl, but somewhat behind him, but yet in such a manner that he may easily speak to you. Okay.
Yeah, this is just sort of like etiquette when walking with a person of greater status. To not lead him around, or to be in front of them.
Okay, let him stand on the right. Don't stop before he stops. And don't turn before he turns. Okay, so be a follower. If someone is your superior, fucking like, yeah, okay, let them lead you. Okay, well, whatever.
It's funny because like I feel like this is mostly like common sense.
Oh, some of it is. Yeah.
Like you would learn this living normally.
Shake not the head, feet, or legs. Roll not the eyes. Lift not one eyebrow higher than the other. Wry not the mouth, and bedew no man's face with your spittle by approaching too near him when you speak. Yeah, true, George. I bedew your face with my spittle.
He's definitely had a few like annoying people come up to him.
There was someone specific he was thinking of when he wrote
someone coming up who was being so rude, bedewing his face with spittle, raising his eyebrows and rolling his eyes like, "Oh, what are you writing there, George?
Okay,
what are you dumb? What are you stupid?"
What are you Hey, what are you talking about? What are you writing? Okay, shake. Okay, that before the bedewing with spittle, which is just great. Shake that first list of things. It's like things you would do if you're like being disapproving and like you think someone is an idiot. These are like a list of things that you would do to someone that you think sucks and you hate them. So it's like, yeah, don't do any of these things or people will think you hate them. Like shaking your head at someone, rolling your eyes at someone, lifting one eyebrow higher than, cocking an eyebrow at someone, making a wry face with your mouth. These are like, it's like, don't make a face at someone that looks like you think they're a moron.
This is really funny. The idea that he's like encountered these annoying people, and at 14 years old, he's like, I'm going to set the record straight on how you're supposed to be, because I hate these people.
He didn't even like come up with these himself. Actually, he wrote.
Did he not?
Okay. George Washington, the father of our country, exhibited notable manners throughout his life. Diligence in social matters was common practice in decent society over the world during his lifetime. Unlike in the modern age, am I right? Unlike these days, kids these days, and society, when we live in a society, in 1984. At the age of 14, George Washington wrote down 110 rules under the title Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior in Company and Conversation. These rules were drawn from an English translation of a French book of maxims and were intended to polish manners, keep alive the best affections of the heart, impress the obligation of moral virtues, teach how to treat others in social relations, and above all, inculcate the practice of a perfect self-control. So these were 110 rules that he read in another book that he was like, yeah, these ones are good.
Okay.
So he didn't even really... Ooh, this is Rule number one, every action done in company ought to be with some sign of respect to those who are present. Okay. Number 2, when in company, put not your hands to any part of the body not usually discovered. Meaning, like, don't, like, stick your hands, like, in your clothes and, like, touch yourself in, like, weird places. Yeah, okay. Number 3, I like this one. Show nothing to your friend that may affright him. Don't scare your friends. Oh, spit not in the fire, nor stoop low before it. Neither put your hands to the flames to warm them, nor set your feet upon the fire, especially if there be meat before it. Gib, you gotta give me 1 second. Okay, Gib, you gotta give me 1 second. I spilled some shit. I gotta clean it up. Fuck.
Oh, lol.
Sorry, I'll be back in a sec.
Ben Saint, the drink spiller, the liquid loosener, the dew spittler, table wetter.
A few moments later.
Okay, Gib, you there?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
What did you spill? Oh no, I know what you were drinking. So I guess it got everywhere.
Well, it was a second bottle that was on the ground that I had forgotten about.
Oh, piss.
So, I'm gonna have to like use my Mr. Clean later to prevent bugs. All right. Anyway, so that's enough of George Washington's rules of whatever.
Rules for life.
Yeah. They're George Washington's 110 rules for life. Yeah. Okay. Well, the other funniest gift. So those were the two very funny gifts, and then another one, which I feel the need to show. And I'm saving. I'm getting it from another folder right now. Okay, Michelle. Right, Michelle made me this, and this is so awesome. I don't really have the words to express how great this is. This is a painting of a scene from TBAP Phantom Reviews Hearthswarming Eve. She made it for me, and I think Nate framed it. I think Nate said he put it in the frame.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Yeah, it's the scene of
Wait, Michelle painted that.
She did.
Dang.
She painted it. It's the scene. Yeah, at the end of Phantom Reviews. It's Phantom's fantasy of himself on the equestrian throne, and he's got all the he's got Luna and Celestia enslaved there. He's wearing the crown of Princess what's Princess Platinum from the ancient princess of Unicornia. He's got the elements of harmony there. He's got the crystal heart. He's got not Sauron's horn. Who was that evil pony? The shadow pony.
Sombra.
Umbra. Yes, Sombra's horn. Yeah, that in the bottom left. I think that's the book from that one episode where Rarity finds the evil book that gives her evil green, like, greed magic.
I thought that was Trixie that did that in that episode.
No,
No.
She and Spike find a book in a library.
And she goes green. That was the episode I reviewed where the Gibbon Brup face comes from.
Or
I don't actually remember what the episode was about.
No, that might be like Star Swirl the Bearded's journal or something. It's a little hard to tell. I forget what.
Is that Keg Standard in Carbonite?
Yeah, it's Keg Standard frozen in Carbonite, the ultimate prize. Yeah, so I love this more than I can adequately express.
Damn.
Yeah.
Michelle always said she hates artists, and yet here she is being.
And yet here she is. What a hypocrite. And yet you participate in art. You criticize artists, and yet you painted a thoughtful Christmas present for me, you bitch. Yeah. So that's delightful. And then this is crazy. I'll tell one more like shocking gift that I received. My who does this? My sister's boyfriend got me and Nate. He just got us both PlayStations.
What?
Like that's like $150 like on eBay.
Like an old PlayStation 1.
Yeah, like a PlayStation, like an old PS1. Like
nice.
Okay, okay, buddy. All right.
You can play Final Fantasy VII.
And he also got me a greatest hits copy of Final Fantasy VII. And wait, what was the other one? Crash Bandicoot Warped, which I think is a racing
No,
title.
that's the third Crash Bandicoot. That's the best one. Have you not played that?
Wait, no. Okay, it looks like he's riding motorcycles and shit in all of these.
There is motorcycle levels
and
in
like
Crash
flying
Bandicoot
planes.
3.
No, I've only ever played the first one.
Oh, the third one's nice and polished and fun.
Oh,
cool.
wow. I didn't even know there was a third one. Okay. Speeding it. Okay. The box art, I just noticed that the box art, it's him and the girl. Wait, hold on. I'll post the box art because it's pretty funny. They're on motorcycles and shit. And in the background, speeding enforced by Sheriff Neo Cortex. I guess he's gone from being a mad scientist to a highway cop.
It's just like the bad face on every like billboard or thing. It's like Neo Cortex is the bad guy everywhere. He's not just a mad scientist on an island.
ACAB includes Dr. Cortex.
I like that
I would say.
Like dejected looking dinosaur in the back. I never noticed his expression.
He looks
sort of
like
I should be the Yoshi of this, but you have a motorbike instead.
And a tiger. You got a motorcycle and a tiger, and like where does that leave me? Huh?
He's really sad.
He looks like the
yeah, I know that.
He looks like that. So the pretty, I don't know, just like a pretty big flex of a gift to just get two of.
Yeah, he wants to get on the good side of your family, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, he already is. Like, he's come to like, well, he didn't come to Last Christmas because it was canceled. Lamau, but he's come to like a bunch of other family stuff. I think he's pretty much already on as good a side as he needs to be. I don't know. Crazy shit. We did a sort of a friendsmas, like a gift exchange at Munchie House. And of course, the greatest gift of all that we exchanged was, of course, the Omicron variant. What did I get? Oh yeah, Munchie got me another Cop Killer shirt. He got a new matching Cop Killer and Rowdy Fucker shirts was my gift. There was also for someone who we don't know, for someone who you don't know, someone who I know locally, I got a copy of Be Here Now, which is like some like 70s like Western mysticism yoga shit, and also a copy of but the spending limit was $20, so I found this copy of Be Here Now and I was like, this is weird, this is cool, and he loved it. It was great. It was a perfect gift. I'm a genius. But it only cost like $9, so I had 11 left over. So I had to get something else to fill out the the spending requirements. So naturally, I did the only reasonable thing, and I threw in a secondary gift of a copy of The Truths We Hold, the Kamala Harris autobiography, which went over like gangbusters. Everybody clapped and cheered and said, "Oh my God, it's the first woman to hold presidential power while Joe Biden was anesthetized during a routine colonoscopy." And I said, "Yas, Queen."
Classic.
That's her claim to fame.
It's exactly how everyone reacts whenever Kamala's around.
Future of the Democratic Party. Oh yeah.
I didn't get much gifts actually this year.
I got
like a dress from my mom, which was nice, and like girl shit, like stuff for girls, and I was like, that's cute.
That's fucked up.
It was a little epic. I tried it. It looks weird on me because I'm not used to like wearing a dress like a normal day-to-day thing, but it looked pretty good.
Do you not have dresses?
I have dresses, but like, I don't know. Dress feels like a party thing, not like a wake up.
It's a formal dress.
It's not a
or like it's a little fancy.
No. It's just sort of. I mean, I have when you get clothes at Christmas, or at least when I get clothes at Christmas, I wear them on Christmas Day and then a few days after, just to see, how they feel. And for the first time, I've been going like I was about to say hardcore girl mode, and that's not the right phrasing.
Hardcore girl mode.
But like wearing a dress and leggings and stuff in front of family, and it's no big deal. So that's a nice feeling. Even my dad was just sort of like, "Yeah, it looks good." So that's a nice thing.
Sweet.
But aside from that, yeah, I don't know. I got Dreams, that PS4 game where you can like make video games and then play other people's video games, like Little Big Planet. But
I was gonna say, is it like Little Big Planet? I haven't seen that one.
It's by the same company, but like with the PS4, like the abilities to make things are like so much greater. You can basically make anything.
Oh.
Some people have made like recreations of Spyro games.
Peter Griffin Goes to Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, you can.
That's pretty exciting.
You can do all sorts of things, and they have like very easy to make, like platform things, like 3D platformers. Lots of 3D platformers. People just trying to recreate Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and stuff, and Jak and Daxter.
Yeah,
because it's not actually difficult to do that, and I'm like, that's neat. And then there's like really cringe, terrible things that people didn't try very hard on, which is also funny. So I've been playing that, and I think that was about it. Wasn't really much of a gift haul. It hasn't been usually, because I don't ask. I don't know what to ask for. Whatever.
Why is like this character one that I see a bunch of images of when I search for Dreams PS4?
What is that? That's a fat person doing like a dab.
Haus of Bevis? Dreams PS4 Haus of Bevis. There's a YouTube video. Let's find out, shall we?
Okay.
I think this might just be something that someone made.
But yeah, look at like the amount of stuff you can do. You can make a full like fucking 3D game in Dreams. Little Big Planet, it was like side scroller, or if you fuck around, you can maybe make a top down thing. But in this, you can do.
Could you make a top down in Little Big Planet? I don't even remember. I only remember side scrollers.
In Little Big Planet 2 and 3, they introduced like a motherboard, like computer chip board thing item that you can stick to a block, and then you can give it like code, like rudimentary code, like and or gates, and like line up everything, and so you can make it so the gravity doesn't work on a thing, and by pressing directions you can go up, down, left, and right, and that you can control the block, and you can make yourself invisible, so you create like a block that is your character. And then you can top down, you can make the level like that, and it's a real big hassle, but it was possible. I never actually figured out how to make a top down level in Little Big Planet.
I played a bunch of levels in Little Big Planet. I never really got into like making stuff with it.
Me either. I made like a bunch of levels, but they were like very much not a finished product. I got very bored of things very quickly. I had like a level that was just one thing, like a slide that slams you somewhere. Or like I made a car that goes woo and just smash into something. I was like, I don't want to build a level for this. Fuck it.
Okay, I'm watching this video and it seems like this is just some art piece level. Where you run around like a weird sort of abstract like museum and look at weird stuff and hear Bennett Foddy style like audio clips of things.
Yeah, there's no like limits on what a dream is in Dreams. It doesn't have to be a game. Sometimes it's just like a movie or a short film or music.
Walking simulators. No.
Yeah.
Well, you're
But there's
right.
plenty of
Those
like
aren't
there's
games.
plenty of
These games are
there's
supposed
plenty
to be
of
fun and not bullshit.
True. I did type in Vriska to see what there was, and there was like a cutscene of Vriska killing Tavros, and that was like 5 seconds. That was funny.
Well, this is pretty neat. This is
Yeah.
Wow, this is just the Little Big Planet thing was like you could make games, but it was all like tethered to this like sort of like toy set sort of aesthetic.
Yeah.
This just seems like they're just like, fuck it. No rules.
Do whatever you want.
There is no unifying anything. Yeah, the need for any such yeah. It's over. We don't need it. Just do whatever you
There
fucking
have been
want.
like a number of little games I looked at that were like legitimately could be like indie games on Steam, like with the level of polish. Like, dang, you could sell this, but it's on Dreams, so you can't sell it. I don't know what the people do who make these. Like the quality level, the quality ceiling is like you could probably like recreate a AAA game in Dreams.
I can't help. I'm noticing, I don't know why, but in my search for PS4 Dreams, this image was at like the very top of a bunch of my search results, and I'm just, is this a real video game? What is this?
Occultic 9? That's a funny box art.
9. It sure is funny. What is... I had... Now, not to body shame or anything, but something about this character, I don't know. This makes me think this isn't a real video game.
Occultic 9, anime boobs, boob physics gif. Okay.
Is this like a? Is it like
a
porn game?
This character is like it's a gigantic boob lady, and that's her character trait physically.
Okay. Is that what the game's about? Is it like an ecchi game? I'm a little bit curious.
Right. Occultic 9, blah blah blah, is a Japanese
light novel series. Yeah. Okay, we found the same result. Yeah.
So there's a series and there's a game of it. Okay, so it's anime, which means it's hypersexual sometimes.
Oh, it's by the creator of Steins Gate.
More like stains pants, you know what I'm saying?
I do. Sadly, I know all too well that to which you refer. I just I'm sorry, I can't. It's bold. It's bold to make that your fucking box art. Like, I'm sure the game has a plot. It looks like a Persona or something. It's about like occult investigators, but the box art is just about a girl with huge tits.
Oh my god, that is just the box art. I thought it was like a promotional image.
No, that's just the box art for the fucking game.
So, I'm looking at.
It got my attention.
Are they going to like in this article address the fact that the box art is what it is? No, they're just saying the game is launched.
Like,
it's funny.
Like, in all the other art, there's a bunch of characters, and one of them has huge tits, and like it's fine. It's like it's notable. I notice it, but it's not like the main thing.
I think it's a main thing about her character.
I can't see anything. I can't see anything else. I can't see anything else on the screen.
That's a deep dive thing. I'm gonna look into why that is the way it is, because I'm sure
right for educational for reasons, for academic reasons.
No, but for real,
purposes.
That's such a weird thing to put on the box art.
Okay, I'm not crazy, right? I saw that box art and I'm like, why is it like this? This seems unusual. This is I don't know. My first thought was like, do they put like hentai visual novels on the PS4 now?
Is it a visual novel? I mean, the visual novel. No,
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know what kind of game it is.
Maybe it's a visual.
But
novel.
I saw it. It looks like it looks like a hentai visual novel. Like if I saw it on Steam, that's what I would assume it was.
It's funny. Some images of this character do not emphasize the breasts. She's just sort of like a detective.
Yeah,
and
like,
she's like
this one.
side.
This yellow one does not really emphasize it. The cover of the light novel doesn't emphasize it.
Yeah, she's got her arm in front of it.
You can't tell. But I guess they were like we know what sells. Like we know what this yeah. We know what the most marketable aspect of this series is.
The Occultic 9 opening movie. No emphasis on the breasts at all. I go down to the comments. First comment, I'm a simple man. I like the cover of the game.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's here.
They fucking got me. That's why we're talking about it. I've been tricked. They're not even real boobs. They're a fake. This is a fake simulacrum of a human that this mangaka or whatever dreamt up to fucking fool me, and I did.
think that the most interesting part about it is like it's not obvious why. Like, obviously sexualizing things is like pretty normal in Japanese media, but I feel like this crosses a threshold beyond which that is like acceptable imagine seeing a character like this in like Pokemon or something.
Yeah.
Or Persona.
Yeah, you could this would get censored. This would get this is yeah. The posing, the brazenness of the posing. It's like remarkable. It would be it's remarkable enough that I see it and I think this has to be porn, and then to find out like no, it's not porn.
It's not porn.
It's actually just a completely it's just a completely normal, like video game based on a light novel.
That's why I want to.
It's actually it's dirtier. It actually makes me feel dirtier. Like if it was porn, I'd just be like, yeah, okay. But then it's like no, like the fact, like it's not that. I know you thought that, but it's actually not. And I'm just like, well, then you have failed. You have done. I feel like it's crass of them to market it that way in a way that looks like porn, and then you look at it and it's like, no, it's not. It's like, well, I think that's on you. I don't think I'm to blame here.
What I want to know is whether like her character design is like thematically relevant to her or the events of whatever's going on. I want to look into it just to see if there's anything there, because if there's nothing, it's just like it's a character that just happens to have.
It's a completely incidental detail.
Here's the thing. I was wondering about this a while ago.
It must be remarked upon.
Sure. Like a character would be like, "Oh my god, that lady has huge boobs.
Boob lady.
Boob lady. Wow. Let's start a mystery team."
Absolutely.
Get my magnifying glass out. Have a look around.
Let's do some sleuthing. Yeah.
But like,
yeah, of course.
I was thinking about this a while ago. Like, I had that character, Scraggedy Agony the Scarecrow.
Yes.
She's got big boobies.
Yeah.
They're made of like straw.
Straw, yeah.
And they're like, they don't have to be like that. I just liked it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is weird to me. I don't like find it offensive. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And odd.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like this shouldn't be something that people take issue with, like a character just having large breasts.
Well, I mean, okay,
they're overly large.
But she's not a real. But she's not a real person, right? If she were a real person, obviously there would be nothing objectionable. I mean, objectionable. I don't even mean it's objectionable. There would be nothing to even remark upon. But this is a
sure.
This is a piece of marketing.
It is
material.
remarkable.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some of these GIFs though, and they are like clearly supposed to be, I don't know,
titillating.
Titillating.
Sure.
If I post it there, will it be a GIF? Yes, it will. Like that. Like
yeah.
that's comical.
You know, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Listen, I get it. I get the appeal.
Of course.
Of course. It's just amazing that like you're totally PG-13 detective, like occult detective light novel game. You dedicate like a third of the entire box art to the secondary character's boobs. Is all.
Is it a secondary character? I thought it was the main character.
I'm not actually sure. I kind of thought that the main character was that kid in the yellow trench coat, but this could be the main character. I don't actually know. It kind of looks like it's both. It looks like it might be both this girl and the kid in the yellow coat.
She strikes me as like super ditzy because she's jumping around like, aha, yay, something happened. I'm so happy. Bounce, bounce. Doesn't even realize that her tits are bouncing.
Haha,
and then all the guys are like, oh my god, I can't believe she's jumping around like that.
I mean, I would be I can't believe she's jumping around like that. That's what I would do.
Like if you actually had breasts that big, you would know what would happen if you did that.
I think so.
And you would probably wear more modest clothing usually, unless you were trying to look attractive. It's just sort of it's an odd character like design. And personality combo.
I mean, that's I think that's a pretty standard anime thing.
I guess
the girl who seems completely oblivious to what her own boobs are doing, and that's her personality.
That's a trope.
That's the trope. Yeah. Girl who just doesn't. That's just the one thing that she's just not keyed into is like what they're doing and where they are at any given time.
I just think of like, I like things to be thematically relevant, and so I look at this and I'm like, surely there's something beyond like. You look at
these, and you're like, these tits better justify themselves in the story.
Well, like,
or I'm gonna be mad.
I mean, they could like an attractive character, and there's like a young boy who like, I don't know. Sexual feelings because that's normal for a young boy, and he sees them, and I was like, there's him growing up is part of the narrative. I don't know, like some aspect of like a character being the way they are.
That's funny.
That's something to do with funny characters.
There's something funny about like your first go-to example of like why would big boobs be relative to a story is, well, what if like a little boy sees them and
the young man, you know what I mean,
wants to and is horny for them and learns a lesson along the way or something like that. Now that would be a story where it's
well, it's I'm just spitballing, but like
sure
in like out of like I'm trying to think of the way to phrase. It's not like out of context, but like were there no context existing, there should be no difference between a character having any given attribute in a story. They can have any attribute you want. It doesn't need to be used in a thematic way to be necessary or allowed or valid or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would like it if it was fine for like characters to just have large breasts in media. And the only place it does seem to happen is in anime. But they only seem to be in anime for like titillation reasons. Where's the big booby like not sexualized?
Well, it's like
that's what I want to see.
It's because if you're making a piece of media, you know, you're designing the character. You know, these aren't. They're not a real person. They're crafted by an author. Yeah. So it's not the same as just a person having a body like that in real life.
No. I understand, but like, art can replicate life. If you could put any body type into a piece of media, and like if the say, you know how like representation is like skewed in the favor of what the author knows about and is
Yeah.
comfortable drawing or making.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of white people in Hollywood, and
Yeah.
have been for years. So it's like, okay, representation. You increase the pool of the types of people that can be in movies, and
Yeah.
that's good. It just gets more people work, and it's nice to see your own body type or sex or race or whatever be represented in media that you consume.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be the same for large breasts, because people have them, to have representation in media. But it's always,
Right.
I feel like it's always used for sexual, like, gratification.
I think, okay, here's my crazy take. Tell me if I'm insane. I think that, like, the stereotypically attractive, like the classically beautiful woman, right? I mean, I think like the Hollywood actress, like a famous woman like that who we might see on television or in movies. They look a certain way. They have a certain build. They might have breasts. They might even have somewhat big breasts, but they're not that big. Like, who's like the biggest breasted famous woman might be, like, I think Scarlett Johansson's are kind of big, but they're not that big. I actually kind of think genuinely there is sort of not that many women that have, like, really large ones. And I know that that's kind of just because they're sort of just uncommon in general. I don't know. I think maybe we could stand to have a few that have, like, abnormally large ones, for lack of a better word. Why not? You know?
So like, when I said earlier,
those are not considered, like, Hollywood beautiful. Those are considered, like, porn.
Those are considered
those are
porn.
considered,
Yeah,
like, pornographic. They're not considered like you should be in
Which is
movies.
bad.
You should be a model beautiful. I think it is a little bad. And you know, the fact that it would cater to my personal taste doesn't have anything to do with what I'm saying. Also, even removed from that, I think the point is still true.
What's the what's the word when pigeonholed, right?
Yeah.
When you're pigeonholed into a role.
Yeah.
Women with large breasts can't be a Hollywood actress.
People,
you have to be the large breast woman, if there is something like that.
People say, big boobs, like, haha, you're I don't know, what do they say about that? Like, you know, they're like, I don't know, they're like, they're the luckiest, I guess, or like they're like they don't. There was that one episode of King of the Hill where Peggy gets, like, tricked into being, like, a foot fetish model, and she tries to explain what she's doing to Bobby by saying that, like, she's helping, like, equal the playing field for women, because, like, now it's not just, like, women with big boobs and big butts that, like, men like. Now they like women with big feet too. And and Bobby's like, I don't get it. How does this help the woman with big boobies? And Peggy says, believe me, Bobby, they don't need any help. And it's like, you know, it's like a good thing. It's not like yeah, they don't need any help. Like, it's not a bad thing. But I think I get. Yeah, but you know, there is a certain size threshold that you don't really see anyone in, like, mainstream media going over, unless it's like a comedy character, right? They're like a fat lady with really big ones. Yeah.
Unless it's a comedy character, or if it's an anime, where
an anime is different, obviously.
It's like, it's way more common because you can draw them. You don't have to find an actress, I guess. Yeah. You know, having mulled this over and all that, during this conversation,
we need more big booby representation.
We do.
That's where I'm getting.
Like, at the outset, I still think Occult 9 is doing, like, the classic big boob, but only because sexual appeal, and not because it's just happens to be a character.
No, this is not. I would not call this representation.
No. So in some sense, it would be fine and cool, in fact, if she just has breasts for no, like large breasts for no reason in the game, but the way she's portrayed in the media is like a meta. Like, the reason is that, like,
Yeah.
people who like Big Boob will click and will be interested in the marketing.
You're saying that she has, if she just had Big Boob, but it was not like the point of the character, and it wasn't like,
if it wasn't so big on the box art,
right? Like the fact that it was done as like a marketing choice is unfortunate, but it would
yes,
yeah. I mean,
it would be really funny to play the game and for her to have giant tits and for no one to ever really comment about it. That would be really funny, and I would like that.
I mean, I would say it could be commented upon. It could even become relevant in some way. But it's like,
but it doesn't have to be. That's
but if it was
getting.
not the point, yeah, it being not the point of the character, I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions about this. Maybe if we actually read the fucking light novel or whatever, maybe we would find that is the treatment that the character gets in the story. It's just the marketing material.
Yeah.
It's just like fuck that. Like, yeah, but sure, but we gotta sell this garbage.
Nice, good representation of all body types, please.
Sure.
All body types, all sexualities, all people.
Right.
I note, like, what's his name? Scott's roommate from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the movie.
Not young Neil. Fuck.
The other guy.
The guy with stubble. I forget his name.
Yeah. But he's like a good example of gay representation because him being gay is not like. I mean, he does have a few like jokes where he's like flirting with other guys, but it's not like. I mean, it's based on a comic, but like usually, or not usually, but it used to be in Hollywood. You have a gay character; they're flamboyantly gay. They talk about sex constantly.
Right.
And
I mean, how else would you know? How else would you know they're gay?
They're always talking about sucking a guy's dick specifically, and it's like, okay, that's stereotype. That's not representation.
And that's why
representation happen. Yeah.
And that's why the best gay representation, of course, is always be Albus Dumbledore, who never mentions
oh no
being gay in any way. You might even think he wasn't. You might even think that maybe he was never meant to be, and it was just a complete afterthought that was like decided upon after the fact later. But it's not, obviously. That would be silly. Yes. But it's good representation because you would never know. Because he's one of the good ones and he doesn't talk about it.
Well,
that really activates my coronavirus. That really gets my Omicrons going. That really gets my Omicrons raging in my hippocampus. Ooh, there they go.
Oh. I can feel them.
Lost another the microliter of gray matter there for sure. No question. All right. What else? What else are we talking about here? What else happened this week?
Christmas. I mean, we kind of talked about gifts and stuff already.
Right. I didn't have a Christmas. I was robbed of the holiday.
Yes. Did you have a tree?
No, not in my.
Did you decorate and all that?
Yeah, when I went for Thanksgiving, we decorated. Me and my dad decorated the tree in their house, so I did that.
You didn't get to see the fruits of your labor on the big day.
No, I didn't. I had to fucking. It was so depressing. They my family came. They drove by my house, and they dropped we met out in the parking lot, and they dropped my stuff off, and they helped me carry it in. They dropped my gifts off, and I carried it into my house, and I put it in my room. And then on Christmas, I called them in the evening, and I opened them up on the phone. I was like, jeez. But it's okay. It was fine. Still got my sweet Phantom Horn painting, so can't complain. Still got my PlayStation and my copy of Crash Bandicoot Warped. What more could a boy ask for?
If you're okay when I come over, we should play that. We should do a Let's Play. We should do a stream.
Oh, sure.
of you playing Crash 3.
Sure. Yeah. Why the heck not? Yeah, I've played. I think I've only played the first one. I might have played the second one, maybe at some point. I don't know. Definitely never played this one though. I will put it. Yeah, I've got a PlayStation now, so that's pretty neat. I think it came with all the cords and stuff needed to hook it up. Pretty base. Yeah, that was my Christmas. There's nothing more to it than that.
I had our family
trying to sleep.
Our family had the traditional Christmas Eve party where we get a bunch of our friends over, and just drink about stuff, talk and drink. And last Christmas it was cancelled because lockdowns and stuff. This Christmas we were allowed to, but people were scared still, so not that many people showed up, and we had a bunch of food that we prepared. And it's still there. There's so much food. We couldn't eat it all. But some people did appear. And, yeah, I was determined to get a little fucked up, a little wasted. Because I have been tired and stressed out all month trying to get the secret project done. Realizing that it wasn't feasible to get it done before the end of the year. Trying to, like, feel happy because the holidays are happening, and not feeling happy made me feel guilty about it. And I was just getting all like worked up over really nothing. I should have been just relaxing. I think you may have seen on my Twitter I said fuck Christmas, it sucks, I hate it, and I'm sad. And that was good. Cuz I felt like it's the holidays. You owe it to other people to be happy. And I wasn't feeling it, and it was really stressing me out. So, saying fuck Christmas on Twitter allowed me to unwind a bit, and then getting drunk was great. And we played, I played guitar. I played,
Getting drunk is great.
I played guitar, and my dad was on drums, and his friend played bass, and we played some AC/DC, just fucking around. That was good. And that was it. That was a good time. And then I got hungover.
Sounds good. Sounds like the kind of fun and low-key time I probably would have had if I had gotten to go to my parents' house and hang out with everybody, but I didn't. Sad. I never get to see I never get to see Nate and Michelle and her sister and her boyfriend. So that's, maybe I'll see them again in like spring or summer or something. That's pretty cool, I guess. I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
I hate the coronavirus. I don't like Omicron.
I guess that was Christmas. What are you gonna do for New Year's if you're feeling better?
Well, I don't know. Since everybody fucking in the Munchie house is infected, maybe we'll do like, if we feel better, maybe we'll do like a New Year's thing over there. I haven't really asked about. We were gonna do a New Year's thing, but then COVID happened. But then it's like, well, if we all have COVID, like, fuck it, assuming we all feel better. You can have a sneezy time
together.
Ooh. Like I said, I'm feeling better, and hopefully I will continue to feel better. And if that's true, then I feel like I will be all right for that by New Year's. So maybe we'll do something for New Year's. I don't know. I'll have to see how everybody feels about it. Oh, somebody. Okay. So despite the glitch that I have not fixed yet, the first person just beat the beta. Crow is looking on Discord. Just beat the Phantom's Revenge beta.
Congrats.
First one. Wow, yeah. Oh, they're talking about They're talking about how he did it. Oh,
they're talking shit.
Oh, he figured out the method. And I think that now that he's figured out the method, other people will be like, "Oh, okay," and they'll kind of figure out how to do it. Because I think a lot of people were not. There's sort of a trick to it. There's a couple tricks to it actually, and once you know it, I think it's like, all right, I know what I have to do. But like before you think of it, it's like you might just never think to do it, and you might just be like, what am I doing wrong? A bunch of people were DMing me like, Ben, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong here? And I refuse to give anyone any help. But I'm surprised because I see, maybe I'm forgetting wrong. I see, I feel like it was the same trick in the alpha. I think the alpha had kind of the same trick to it, so people should have remembered, right? Like I think so, unless I'm stupid, but I was like certain that it was basically the same trick, and yet people that beat the alpha seemed unable to beat the beta. Maybe because the glitch stopped them. I don't know. I should check on that.
What was it in like Wreck-It Ralph? The glitch, they say going gamer. What do they say?
Going gamer.
when you go from one game to another.
Oh, is it just called going glitch?
No. The glitch was like,
it was that guy.
It was the girl. She was the glitch.
No, wasn't the racer guy?
No, that was the
glitch?
bad man. He was the one. He was the original guy who went gamer and went into a different game. And his fucking around caused the glitch. That's caused Vanellope to be a glitch.
Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I don't remember what it was called. Is it just called like? It's not called like going rogue or going.
It could be that.
Going indie would be a really funny word for it.
No, it wasn't that funny. It was just sort of like, I like going gamer. That's funnier. So maybe a little glitch was going gamer and got into your game, and fucked it up for some people. There's like a little cake standard going around, like fucking up the game from the inside.
Oh wow! Okay, Crow is looking has figured out everything. Crow is looking has completely cracked it. He has not. Okay, I'm looking at the log and the thing. He not only beat it. There is a secret objective you can achieve in the game, in the beta, if you play it absolutely perfectly. If you play it completely 100%, don't fuck up anything, do everything 100% as optimally as is possibly to do it. There is an extra thing you can beat the game with, and he has not done it, but he has correctly identified the means of doing it. I feel like I'm giving away too much by even saying that, but oh well. I'm impressed. Okay. So I guess that's progress. It's not my progress on the game. It's other people's progress on the game. But I gotta fix that glitch. And then I added features, like I added the ability to change the window size, because apparently on like a high res monitor it's very small. My monitor is not that great, so it seemed normal to me. But like on Crack's monitor, it's like tiny. So I added the ability to change the window size, and stuff like that. So I'll release the patched version with the bugs fixed and that added as beta version 0.02, and then alpha will come after. I gotta start drawing. I gotta start drawing comics again. I gotta start drawing Slime and Punishment to actually get that done. Oh, and I gotta make an itch page. So hard.
Suddenly, so many things.
Not suddenly. I've known I'd have to do all this shit for a while. It's just it's not suddenly so many things. It's just like always so many things, and no matter how many things I do, there's always a big list of things that need doing.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth? I am very excited. I mentioned it at the beginning, but I'll say it again. I'm super excited for New Year's when I can announce my other thing. My other funny thing. I'll announce it on Twitter, and then the next week I'll say it on here. My secret thing is gonna be it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a hoot. Everyone's gonna have a good laugh about it. And some people will probably give me some money for it. So everyone wins. Very exciting. Okay.
Another thing.
Well,
I did. I don't know if people know, but I have an art website, which is just sort of a collection of images from years of art that I've done. It's called Give and Take Art, and it's a Google site, which I didn't know about a few years ago, but then I found it. It's just like Google Documents, Google Spreadsheet. You just make a website in like Google Drive. And I did, and it was really easy. The only thing is that it's got a .google site.
Right.
It's sites.google.com/view/give-and-take-art/home. I'll just post that link. Go in the description and see the art I made. I did one now for 2021. I got a page. It's art I made. There's some not safe for work stuff in there this time.
Oh wait, I saw you posted this on. Is this a new site or
this has been around for a few years? I usually just talk about it on Twitter.
Oh wait, I have seen this once or twice. Yeah.
I feel pretty happy despite my I don't know, not drawing quite as much this year. I feel pretty happy about what I have to offer. What I have done. I'm pretty good at drawing.
The drawing of the Queen is pretty good.
Of Queen saying Lamau based?
Yeah, that's like a good... The anatomy's really solid on that one.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten a lot better at just quickly doing an arm or a leg that just looks right.
Yeah.
I don't really need to think about it.
Yeah, you have. A lot of these just have pretty good anatomy. Yeah, this is looking at all these, I'm like, yeah, I already knew this, but looking over it again, like, yeah, you've definitely improved at art this year, for sure.
Thanks. I only really drew... No, that's not true. I drew doodles all through the beginning of the year. And then the porn stuff. It's never, like, nude, but it is, like, large boob. And that's something you can't tell the children about.
As we saw from Occultic 9, if you have huge boob, you'll make people like us mad. We'll get upset.
No, we'll be on your side because we'll want boobs to exist in media. I should make something that has like Big as the main character, but she's like overtly like a sexual being. Because I've made her as the porn character I draw. But what if she was just having a normal day and she just happens to be really big? She just happens to be fucked up. Really hot. That would be so fucked up.
That would be super fucked.
She's just going to the store.
I would lose my fucking mind with fury if that happened.
But yeah, you can look back in this website. I've got art going back to 2012, where I had like a few pony things.
I'm gonna compare 2021. I'm going to compare it to 2020, just real quick.
2020 was Lord of Ghosts and Clarissa, which is insane still. I can't get my head around how much stuff I did that year.
I'm looking. What is this? I don't remember seeing this one.
Oh, that was part of like a draw together with friends online website thing. And I drew Alley-Oop and what's her face? She's the character from Rayman Legends. She's the fuck, why can't I remember her name? Batilla? No, it's not Batilla. Shit. I gotta find out.
Oh god, I never saw this image of Endless Expansion. I never saw this one.
Yeah, Endless Expansion is like a dome, because of course.
I saw this. I just happened to see. I was looking on Twitter and I saw. I was looking at an NSFW artist's page, their feed, and they had recently retweeted an image. It was like an iceberg image, but it looked like this. It was like a big ball with a nipple on top. It was a big spherical breast with a nipple on top, and it was like an iceberg. And it was like not cut off, but there was a line through it at the nipple, and it was like the big huge breast ball was like the art you don't see, and then like the nipple on top was like the art you do see.
Yes,
and it was like exactly like this. Oh, okay, yeah. So there you go.
I don't think I copied it. This was 2020. That was, I don't know when that other thing was. But the name is Barbara of that character. Barbara the Barbarian.
I think the construction. I think your character construction and anatomy is like markedly better in 2021.
You think?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
It could be that I chose badly, but I wouldn't say I haven't improved.
Maybe it was choice. Maybe it was partially just choice of subject.
No, I would say definitely. Like, I need to try less hard to get better images done in 2021. I think 2020 was like when I just started to draw big.
Tiki and trip pants.
Yeah, it's that image of the trip pants you like.
Fucking good. What is the shirt? Was that just the shirt that emo girl that I posted was wearing?
Yeah, some sort of a red dragon thing.
Yeah. Can't wait to get my copy of the Lord of Ghosts comic book.
I gotta get around to that.
Yeah.
I've been trying to relax, but then I forgot to like stress out.
I've been thinking, I really want, I have to draw a bunch of stuff for Slime and Punishment to finish up the comic for the game. I really don't want to like draw it out too much. I'm really thinking about like how can I like pretty quickly like move this shit along. I had started to draw a few more pages one time during like 2020 before I had like not decided I'm not going to draw anymore before I finish the game. And that was like, it was Discord sort of giving some like narration. It was a bit of like Discord narration about like, and these were the fallout of these events, right? And then I've long had some scenes in my mind of like how Phantom goes from New Los Angeles City to Equestria back to go back to find Nightstar to seek his revenge. So I have a couple of scenes of that I have to draw that will hopefully I don't think I need to spend too many panels on them, even though some of them are a little complicated, but the whole ethos of Slime and Punishment is doing it really sloppy and not giving a fuck. So we'll just do it like that, and it'll be great. And then there's a few scenes. It will actually take me a bit of work because I want to depict some things happening to Phantom in Equestria before he gets to Nightstar. And it's annoying because drawing Ponyville is like sucks. Like I hate drawing Ponyville. Like the houses in Ponyville are really annoying. They're very detail heavy in a very specific way that I have to I can't ignore. And I've never liked drawing Ponyville, but I have to. Just for a bit, just for a few bits and pieces here and there. Oh well. Anyway, I will hopefully get it done really fast. And then I can worry about making a book. And then I can worry about formatting a book and making a book out of it. And that'll be fun. Perhaps. Is this Flowerhead's canon color scheme?
Yeah, he's got yellow petals.
Oh, okay. Nifty.
That's about the only thing I really know about his color scheme, and the sort of dull gardener's green cloak, the sort of tarp color. That's all I thought of. It's like, yeah. I like the
Neat.
idea of him having a very bright, cute pastel color for a head. Despite his dour, depressing angst.
Based. Well, is there anything else, or do you think it's voicemail time?
I guess not. I guess the only other thing I've been thinking about is like how I like looking at people do lists of the top something or other games of the year, but I didn't play any games this year that came out this year. I just like the idea of me doing one of those, but I don't know how. So I guess I won't.
Well,
I like
how many games did you play?
roundups. I
like, what did you play? I played like Noida and like hardly anything else.
I played Minecraft. I played Kenshi. I played Balloons Tower Defense.
Of course. Wait, what's Kenshi?
Kenshi, I think I've talked about it before, but it's like a post-apocalyptic, squad-based macro-management RPG where you control people in like a post-apocalyptic Japanesey sort of wasteland.
Did you say you were playing it with your brothers?
No.
Oh, that must have been something else that you said you were playing with your brothers at some point. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I think I played Hollow Knight. Oh, yeah. I played games during the streams that I did for the Lord of Ghosts Kickstarter. I played Hollow Knight, and I beat that on Steel Soul. That was fun.
Right. I remember that. That was amazing.
So
that was hype.
That was hype. Gaming moments. I guess I want to stream.
That was a heated gamer moment.
It was only heated in the tension. I was not angry. In fact, I was glad because it all went swimmingly.
Yeah,
I want to get back into a bit of streaming. I'm gonna do like a New Year's Eve stream. So actually, if this episode is coming out on New Year's Eve, I might be streaming, or I might already have been streaming. Because I like to stream as the new year ticks over, and then the stream is like, I don't know what year I'm in.
Does it do that?
No, it always goes into the next year, like the first of next year, I think. Actually, I don't remember, but anyway. I like doing those, so I'll play some games. If, I don't know, you said I should probably wait for the final version of Phantom's Revenge before I play that?
Well, I don't know. It's not that big a deal. I don't really mind.
But what if I get the glitch?
Upset.
What if I can't eat it? Then it'll be super embarrassing.
Man, it would be a little embarrassing, but it's fine. I mean, it's in beta, and I mean, I'm hoping to have that glitch fixed in the next day or two. I need to hunt it like urgently. It's like the most urgent thing I have to do, actually. So I will probably be doing that as soon as this podcast is over, or I should have done it yesterday.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Is a New Year's stream. Come check that out. I don't know what I'll be playing, but it's always nice.
Oh, right. That'll be this evening, the day this podcast comes out. Right. Yeah,
This evening in Britland time, so earlier.
So it would be 7 p.m. for me, right?
Round about there.
Around about. I'll double check.
6 p.m. probably is midnight for me, so it'll be like 5 p.m. or earlier that I'll be streaming, and then I'll go over to next year, where it'll be like 8 p.m. for you. That's about
based
roughly.
Wait, did you say what you were gonna play already?
I don't know yet. Usually it's just like something, just any sort of game I feel like playing. Last time I think we played 24 the game, which like with Jack Bauer, and it was really it was all right, but it was.
Did you play it because of like the countdown?
Aspect? I didn't even think of that. I think we just played it because we had it and it was new.
Yeah,
it was a new game that we had and it was funny.
Tectonic Improv did a Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve. Super Metroid speedrun. I mean, it wasn't. He's not like a pro speedrunner or anything, but I think he beat it in like an hour and a half, which is, it's actually pretty good. Actually, now that I say it out loud, like, I don't know how long the speedrunners beat it in, but like, that's way faster than I could beat it. Cybershell also showed up to the chat and that during that stream, which was pretty fun. That was pretty cool. Yeah, man, New Year's stream. Good shit.
Oh yeah, my stream is on Give and Take on Twitch. Should be easy to find.
I'll check it out. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll pop in. I'll be around, I think. Sick. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing for New Year's. It depends on whether and how sick I am. By then, hopefully I'll be fully recovered. They say, what do they say? The guidelines were a little confusing, but I think the it's like 10 days since either you first developed symptoms or you tested positive, and 3 days, no less than 3 days after you stopped having a fever. Or something. But also, if you test negative, that means you're fine. Like, if you test negative on the antigen test, that means you're not contagious. So, like, theoretically, if you like just started having symptoms yesterday, but you felt better, and then you tested negative, you would theoretically be non-contagious. So, I don't know. I have one test left. The tests are kind of expensive. It's like $25 for a set of 2 tests, which is a bit shit, but oh well. That's okay. It's just helping me rack up more spend towards my sign-up bonus on my Amex Blue Business Cash, baby. So it's okay. Anyway, my point is that that's what depends on what I do for New Year's. Oh no, the brain fog. The brain fog. I'm getting confused. All right, voicemails?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right, the first voicemail is an image. Let's take a look.
The Phantom Eve.
Oh, this is a roller coaster called the Phantom's Revenge.
Oh.
Which someone else has pointed out to me that there is a roller coaster called the Phantom's Revenge.
I see Nate there in the back.
Nate just
hunched over there on a little plastic garden chair.
Is that just a whole? No, that must be someone else who was there.
It must be someone
Nate's
else, and
head
it's
over
Nate's
it.
head. Yeah.
Why am I here twice, and one of me is like, "Oh, soy face, look behind me," and the other one is like, "No."
Well,
am I happy about this?
Maybe one of them's the rowdy. No, not the rowdy fucker. The cop killer, and the other one is Ben Saint.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, bearded Ben is always like, hell yeah, and clean shaven Ben is always like, no, why? I shaved my beard again a while ago, but I've been growing it back, and it's starting to come back again, which is good. It's kind of at the level where if I trimmed my neck beard, it would almost be like not a beard, but like, an actual like feature of the face, and not just an accident. So that's pretty cool. Next one is a video. A YouTube video.
5 real Jesus caught on camera and spotted in real life. Oh,
it's crazy.
Hey, should we play it?
I'm
it's 3
playing
minutes. It. Okay. creatures.
I'm skipping around.
5 real Jesus caught on camera. Number 5. This video is recorded from the Spain.
Oh my
As you
god,
can
the
see,
Jesus
they saw
winked.
something in the
Oh my
jungle.
god, the cloud
And
looked
they
like
are
a
searching for
face.
Wait, there's a
Once
guy
they
like
found
shitting in the
Jesus-
woods, and they think it's Jesus because it's got a white cloak.
I think this is a joke video.
In an unknown church in the USA,
I mean, it's called 5 real
girl was
instead of
praying
4
on
real.
front of the Jesus statues.
Or maybe it actually means like
And as
5.
mom is
Is he
recording,
called
there you
5
can
real?
see the
Viral
Jesus
top
statue
5
blinking
fifth.
his eyes.
This English does not
Look
seem to
the
be this
video
guy's
again.
No.
native language, so I'm not sure if he would
I
get the
think this
pun
is
about
real
4
story
real,
that
5
was
real.
happened.
5 times
What do
real
you think?
creepy
Tell me in the
crawler.
comments.
Creepy crawler? Look at
It's
this.
so obvious. The cloud is so obviously like
Number
CG.
This video is recorded from New Jersey in the USA.
5 times real creepy crawler. Look, there she is. Well, voicemailer, thanks for bringing my attention to all these times Jesus showed up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my wicked ways. Okay, let me let me get the first actual voicemail here. The number is 3962. Here we go. This one is called "Hi Guys," and there it is. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
I was listening to an old episode in which you guys talked about changing the show's name as part of the rebranding. I assume you guys aren't actually considering that, but nonetheless I want to say that it would be a bad decision. Most name changes are stupid, because often the thing itself hasn't fundamentally changed, like Facebook changing its name to Meta or DG Bro turning into Yeeks Studio. It's the same shit with a different name. I'm not comparing the PCP to those things, but the same logic applies. The PCP hasn't fundamentally changed, it is still a group of friends talking about their interests. There just happens to be 3 of them now. The only thing a name change would accomplish is that former viewers who want to return to the show would fail to find the channel. What do you think?
It's fair. That's probably why we haven't bothered.
I
so
think
far.
I agree. Yeah, I think if I wanted to mount a counter argument, it would be, I would say that like the change in who is on is fundamental enough that a rebrand was called for, and that was why we were thinking about it in the first place. But I think you're right. I think I agree with you. It hasn't fundamentally changed enough that it's like we need a new name.
Yeah.
So yeah, agree. Okay, the next one is just a link to a Trixie tweet.
Oh.
But
I blocked her.
Would I even be able to see this? Okay, the tweet has been deleted. Unfortunately.
What was the tweet? You should have left a voicemail saying it.
Yeah, that's too bad. I'm curious now. When was this voicemail
6
left?
days
It was
ago.
on 6 days ago. I'm a little bit curious. What was she tweeting 6 days ago?
That someone felt the need to post about to us.
Yeah, so that it's the 27th, so this would have been on the 21st or thereabouts. She wasn't really tweeting much this month. It's all just a bunch of like weird anime art retweets. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything, and I feel like I'll never. I don't know. If anyone knows what this was, feel free to let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tweet's deleted, so I can't respond to it. Sorry. Voicemails, right? So this one is called Happy Holidays PCP. They're posting it right there. There we go. Happy holidays, PCP. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, I know that this will only be played on the episode after Christmas, but was just calling in to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Hope you all had a good time with your loved ones, your families, and hope to see you in the new year. Hope none of you die of COVID. Bye.
I wonder, this guy didn't even know. This guy didn't even know when he made this voicemail how appropriate. Well, you know how my Christmas was, but it's a thank you for the wishes. Yes. I hope yours was good as well. I hope all our listeners had a Merry Christmas, especially the Jewish ones. I hope they all converted before Christ returns. It's coming. It's coming.
You can do a frame perfect like religion switch and you'll be fine.
Frame perfect, yeah. Well, actually when you every Christmas your religion data is stored in a variable that is accessed. So if you convert 1 year, all you have to do is celebrate Christmas once, and then the Christian variable, the flag is turned on. And then all you have to do is you have to execute a wrong warp when Christ returns. Yeah, it's frame perfect, but with practice you can do it. And then there was a good video. There was a good video that I saw the other day from a channel that does nothing but post videos about Final Fantasy VII. I think they're called 4-8 Productions. Final Fantasy VII Wrong Warp. The video was about the Final Fantasy VII Wrong Warp. Yeah, it is 4-8 Productions. Final Fantasy VII's ultimate glitch, the Wrong Warp, and explain how in the PC port of the which is not even really a port, it was basically developed like almost as its own game. Like they didn't just port the old game; they basically made them at the same time. But yeah, for the PC version of Final Fantasy VII, there is a Wrong Warp that existed in the game for like 20 years before anyone found it. And it's a very interesting, like it was found in other versions. There was a version of it that was found earlier that was not useful, but then like later developments made it into something you could use to basically warp to the end of the game. I love that shit. I love fucking speedrunning bullshit videos.
Yeah.
4-8 Productions is a very funny channel. It's not very big. It's 82K, which is, respectable. But it's a very humble little channel. They don't do anything other than Final Fantasy VII. Well, that's not true. They're doing a Final Fantasy IX Let's Play like marathon, like but like nobody watches that. I don't know. They're just a humble little channel that like 2 years ago they had some hit videos explaining like speedrunning tech in the Final Fantasy VII and other stuff like explaining like fully going through like every materia and like explaining like how they work stat wise and stuff like that. And they were just like, well, we're just gonna make making videos about Final Fantasy VII our gig now. And they made a Patreon, and I'm just like happy for you guys. They're not big enough that I have to be mad at their success. Yeah. So next voicemail is it's called Penny Packer. It's another one. Posting it. Here we go. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys. After listening to your response to my voicemail last week and the week before that about me misgendering and whatever, I think you're right.
I think
you guys are right.
I think he's gonna troll us.
I guess I was just being an asshole. I was being a fuckface. Yeah, it got me thinking a little bit, and yeah.
15 seconds left.
Yeah, you guys are right.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to sincerely apologize for it.
But
I guess I'll think twice before saying retarded shit. See ya.
The twist there is that he says the R word, which is, I mean, I have quit saying it. I have quit saying it myself, pretty much. But
it doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, it's not a good thing to say.
It doesn't bother me personally, but I don't say it. But I do tolerate it in others. Like, other people say it, and I don't, like, scold them or anything. So I can't really be offended that he said it, because I let people get away with it.
I hope that was sincere.
I guess I can do nothing but accept this seemingly sincere apology. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next voicemail is called Mr. Boop. I wonder what it could be in regards to. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I've had Mr. Boop open in a tab ever since you all talked about it that one time.
Read it.
And I just found the time to read it.
It's not that long.
Read through the whole thing.
There we go.
And that was fucking stupid.
Tab for like a year.
I mean, that was completely retarded. There was nothing funny, entertaining, or interesting about it.
Really?
Thanks for nothing.
Really? What do you think about that? Do you think that maybe it's not as good, like, if you just binge read the whole thing?
I think certain funny moments are still funny. Just like the panels of, like, you read it and you're like, man, this guy is drawing Betty Boop as his wife, and he's talking about how it's like the meta story conjured in your head is that of a cartoonist who is enacting his fantasies of having a woman who loves him unconditionally, and that he gets to tell his friends about how hot his wife is all the time, and they're like, hey, yeah, and there's nothing else to the comic, and then you get a sense of what the author is like. That's where the meta comedy sort of elevates it, and then it's just funny on that level, and then it escalates. I feel like if you don't like the first part, then it
doesn't get any better than it starts.
I think the funniest part is that meta of the author being like, this guy, like, that brief moment where you're like, is this guy serious or is this a joke? And you're having like a little bit of a I'm not sure for a second.
Do you think the fact that this guy had heard us talk about it and already discussed, like, that, and so, like, he knows, like, you know, it's obviously it's all a bit. Do you think that kind of kills the comedy of it?
Perhaps.
I think that maybe there's something to, like, if you like don't know what it is, but you see it on Twitter and you look at it and you're like, what is this? I kind of think that's the initial, maybe that initial intrigue adds something to the whole Mr. Boop experience that this guy was robbed of.
Maybe. I feel though that, like, some of the, like, strips are really just funnily worded and can be enjoyed out of context of the entire thing.
Yeah, some of it's got to be funny no matter what. There were some fucking I'm Dr. Sonic the Hedgehog, no relation. Come on. Nothing funny in it, really? I don't know, dude. Okay. Well, the next one, all right, there is a voicemail, but there's also a link to a fast upload, so I guess I'll just do both. I don't know. Here's the voicemail. 3, 2, 1, go.
He couldn't fit in the chimney, so he went through the door. He broke off its handle and left it on the floor. He was jolly and fat, and just downright obese. They say that his meals are swimming in grease. His gift was as welcome as it was strange, a shiny new copy of Phantom's Revenge. From a distance, his call you can hear, though it's faint. Merry Christmas to all. Patreon/Ben Saint.
Very nice.
It's very strained rhyme on revenge there, but it's okay.
The AI couldn't like do the extra work needed to make it fit.
Wait. Okay, I'm stupid. So, well, I won't play it again, but Eleazar used this one. The this is the same message but without the shitty static. So use the better version.
Oh,
I guess.
I see. Yeah.
But I understood it perfectly fine. Very good, very droll. Thank you for the poem. I hope to have Phantom's Revenge not just in the Christmas stockings of those at patreon.com/BenState, but in the home of every hardworking American before too long. Right on. Next one is called X6. Let me get it here. 368. Here we go. X6. 3, 2, 1, go.
He is not ejaculating, but he is coming nonetheless.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
In the last time, someone was coming. Maybe to get us, or maybe just coming.
Oh, I see. It's building. It's a building narrative.
There's a building narrative here. I forget, was the last one called X6, or maybe was the last one X5 and this is X6? I don't know, man. Nobody knows.
Maximum tension would be counting down to 0.
I guess when he gets here, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is
it's a
Voc here. I'll download the. It's called I'm stupid. It's called Song for January Sad from Dry Dump December at dustydumps.com. 3, 2, 1, go.
Goodbye, dry dumps. Though I barely knew you at all, you had the grace to stay in me while normal shits would fall out of the asshole, still filled with that juicy moisture that the body craves, which you needlessly dump away. Now it's January, my shit will fly like dust in the wind. Yes, my dried up sandy feces must blow with the breeze. And I would've liked to kept you were just too dry. The moisture is all gone now. Now the dry shit sand must fly.
Dry dump December.
Never forget.
It's a very nice song.
Can we put that can we make that the theme song for the episode? I think that's a fitting intro for this episode. Dried Up December.
Yes, that's good.
This will be if you're listening to this, all right. So the plan for New Year's is this episode of the PCP will be out on the 31st, and then at midnight British time, Gib will be streaming, and then the clock will turn over from Dry Dump December to regular dump January.
Regular ass January.
So regular ass January, and so at the stroke of midnight, I think we should all be in Gib's stream releasing our pent up dry dumps. All is one.
Diarrhea January. That's a new one.
Diarrhea. It kind of works a little bit. I think it sounds good. Dry Dump December.
Diarrhea January sounds like a One Piece character's name.
God, I hope not. He ate the poopy fruit.
Oh no.
He ate the
it wasn't a devil fruit. It was just poopy.
It was just poo. He ate poo. It made him sick. He has permanent diarrhea now. It was not nothing magical is going on here. Suddenly I'm really hungry. Suddenly I really want to go and get a frickin' Egyptian frickin' shawarma wrap. Since I'm not feeling too sick anymore, I might double mask up and go do that. after this is done. But anyway, for the moment, next voicemail is called... No, not that one. Next voicemail is called Voice Grail Reparations. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Does anybody here remember Kringlesby?
Hey, now that we're in the business of voice grail reparations, how about getting one to good old Kringus Bingus? He definitely deserves it.
Wait.
I made the song for him and everything. I love that man.
Did we not do that?
Kringus for voice grail. Now, please.
Yeah, I
yeah,
could've.
absolutely.
I thought we already had.
I'm surprised we didn't, but I wouldn't be that surprised if we didn't. But yeah, if he's not already in there, yeah, Kringus Bingus for voice grail. No argument here. All right. Next one is a paste bin.
The paste
text
bin.
post. Okay, I'll read it. Suppose there's a guy called John. John murdered my mother. I despise him for having murdered my mother. Someday, John changes his name to Michael. He is really serious about his new name, oh god, and gets mad every time someone calls him by his old name. After learning that fact, I start calling him John because I want to make it clear that I don't respect that person. Is this a valid justification for my action? All right. I
think I know that this is like it's an allegory for trans people.
I'm gonna say,
but you cannot like equate somebody's changing their gender.
Well, here's what I think.
They're just saying you don't like someone.
Well, here's what I think. I'm gonna say, it's gonna sound goofy. I'm gonna say no, it's not justification, but like with the caveat of like, okay, maybe you're not justified in not respecting their name change, but like, who cares compared to the fact that this guy is a murderer, right? Like, these two things are not comparable. So, sure. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Mr. I hate these fucking questions. Like, okay, Mr. fucking genius. Yeah, sure. Well, what? Would you not call a trans person their dead name if I was holding a gun to a baby's head and I said you had to? Well, no, I guess I would, sir. You got me.
It's just sort of like the murderer thing. It like the dead naming is like it's a bigoted action, right? Like it's disrespecting someone, but specifically because of their like status as a trans person.
I would say
it's not about what they did; it's about who they are, and you're trying to get at them like that. But you are doing a bigotry by doing that.
I would say that
there
you're
are
not
better
really
ways
just
to like. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would say that
really...
regardless, you're being a bigot, but like fuck the person who was a murderer as well. So I don't.
Right.
I wouldn't like cancel you for doing that because it's somebody who murdered your mother.
Yeah,
but you are doing a bigotry. That's
that particular
unambiguous.
I mean, I would say you have So I would say you're not really justified in not respecting the name change. It's just such a small thing that it doesn't matter. But like, you know, if you're like, oh, what, Michael? Oh, you mean John, the guy that killed my mom? You know, okay, you say that, and I, you know, debate lord that I am, I come and I stroll in. Oh god, it was the brain fog. I stroll in and I sit down on a chair and I turn the chair backwards and I say, "Hey, so, are you saying that you don't respect anyone's name changes? You know, John went through the legal processes. Like, you know, he changed his name in the courts. You know, it's legal. Like, do you not respect anyone that changed their name?" And you're like, "Well, no, it's just this guy killed my mother." And I'm like, "Well, oh, okay. Well, so I guess that, you know, by extension then, you know, because this guy killed your mother, that means that and you don't respect anyone's legal name change at all. What's your criteria for a real name? Does it have to be given by the parents? What if the person's parents were dead? What if they were adopted? Do their adopted parents get to name it? Then what do you call them if they never met their biological parents? Okay. So yeah, I think it's true. I think it's true you're not justified in not respecting their name change. Fuck you.
It's just like, you know, in a situation where a person changes their name, it's not the same as someone changing their gender and having a dead name. Exactly.
What this question is. This question is.
I know, they're the only reason they're asking the question is because they want to try and logic around calling someone a dead name because you don't like them as being okay. And I just think it will not be okay because it's inherently a bigoted action.
What this question boils down to is okay, what if you say I shouldn't do something because it's not really, because it's not justified. Well, okay. Well, what if something made me really, really mad and upset? What if something really bad happened and made me really upset and made me really want to do the thing that isn't really justified? Wouldn't it be justified then because of how mad and upset I am?
No.
Well, not really.
An obvious thing to say is if it were a black person and you said the N-word, it's I'm really mad at them, but yeah, that's still a racist.
Well, he killed my mother.
You can hate him. You can be really mad. I understand why you would say that. But it's the action is still a racist act. There's no. I don't know. I don't know what you want. I guess.
I think.
Do you want to just say bigoted things and not get in trouble for it?
I think he's just trying to get our goat, and I think he did because we've spent this long on it.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting question to try and figure out.
I guess you know what? I guess
to poke and prod. I don't know what this guy. Maybe he has sincere intentions. But
I'm just so used to getting this question about Chris in my fucking YouTube comments about Chris. Yeah. I get this. I got another shitty smug comment about and I don't even remember the whole thing, but it was another one that's okay, obviously none of us are against trans people, but bro, obviously we're not going to respect Chris Chan's gender because of things. And it's I get the same comment every fucking time, and it's always the same, and they all think they've figured something out. They're all they've all hit the most basic grade school realization. They've had the most basic grade school thought in their head, and they think they're a fucking genius, and they think they've cracked it, and they have an indefeatable argument that beats me. Right? And they all have the same attitude about it.
The main thing that differentiates doing a bigoted thing or a racist thing or whatever in a potentially justifiable state of anger or revenge or whatever it is, the reason it's always not okay is because the bigotry hurts people who are not involved. There's a collateral damage caused or perpetuated by the insistence of using bigoted language to hurt people when you could just punch him in the face, and that's direct and personal, and that's different.
Right. Sure. For instance.
And it's punching someone in the face because they're a murderer.
Why not simply extract vengeance?
Does not cause collateral damage.
Why not simply avenge yourself upon them and drink their blood in victory?
It's lazy to go for the bigot stuff, and if you insist on using the bigoted words, then it's just sort of weird. Are you? I don't know.
Yeah.
What, you don't need to use those words. You can just gender them correctly and call them a piece of shit and say they should, be locked up forever. It's not difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I agree. Next one is Nate's real nobody name from a real Kingdom Hearts fan.
Thank God we finally got one.
Finally. Did you see... Wait, before we play this, I retweeted a really good tweet on the PCP account the other day. Or it was on Christmas, I think. It was like, you know what? I'll just read it. 'Cause it cracked me up. Going to the PCP account. Let me look at it. I'll read it verbatim. It was the X in Xmas isn't meant to replace Christ. X is the Greek letter for key, pronounced key. Jesus was a vessel with no darkness, meant to battle Vanitas, a being of pure darkness, to create the key blade, a weapon of ultimate power, to open the true Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
You know, like, it's a funny juxtaposition because you think it's going to be about real history, but then there's the Kingdom Hearts. Woo! I love me a good juxtaposition.
Isn't that a bait and switch, not a juxtaposition?
Yeah, I guess it's both.
Like, you would call it a bait and switch setup.
Yeah, it is. It is a bait and switch. That's true, for sure. Okay, but anyway, Nate's real name. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, every single one of you is stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nate's nobody name is Texan.
You're not the first one to
People
say
have
it.
said that, but he's not from Texas.
It's got the NATE.
It's
got the X in it.
It's
Boom,
it's
done.
a funny name. It would be
You're
funny
all
if
so stupid.
It would be funny if his name was Texas, but that doesn't sound like a nobody name.
Yes. Also, he's not from Texas.
That's the joke up. That's the joke option. Although he does like to use the cowboy hat emoji. God
that's
bless
true.
him. So, I mean, that's gotta mean something. It's gotta. Next one is Unapology. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god, I'm sorry I called you all stupid, everybody. I don't know what got into me. I was like into the bit, and I don't know.
That's okay, dude.
I'm so stupid.
Yeah, you are so fucking stupid. You're so fucking dumb that you would say that, you fucking idiot. Next one is called, I'm posting it. It's called Webcomics. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. My last voicemail was too negative. Mr. Boop, I thought it was gay. Maybe you like it. Whatever.
Okay.
What I thought was cool was Scoob and Shag. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, really?
It's another webcomic along the lines of Tails Gets Trolled and Mr. Boop.
Not really.
Because you got Scooby, Shaggy,
sort of.
Kermit, Mickey Mouse, Yosemite Sam, Fred Flintstone, all the characters. And this one has, like, awesome action.
Okay, maybe you were looking for the wrong stuff in Mr. Boop.
Scoob and Shag, check it out. And I also read Clarissa Gunsmoke, which was really fun and cool. When's the next chapter?
Okay.
Thank you.
I read.
Chapter coming
I'm not
2022. I'm gonna work on it.
I'm not caught up with it, but I did read some Scoob and Shag. I was caught up with it as of maybe like 2 years ago or something. So I've read a bunch of it, and like, I think Scoob and Shag it's good. I think a lot of people call it cringe. A lot of people think it's lame, and I think I understand why, because it's very like.
It seems basic. It seems like a basic version of Tails Gets Trolled.
Yeah,
like that normal nerds can get into.
It's
like,
it's
what if
it's
Scooby-Doo and Shaggy were so like shonen battle manga anime?
Sort of. I mean, it's
like
not
I've heard people
a little
sing
more
its
to it than
praises
that,
as well,
but
like that's
Wait, what?
That's the general gist. Is that it's pop culture characters that go from just a normal comic that you're just enjoying, and then it becomes more serious. And it's funny because you wouldn't expect Shaggy to be serious in a shonen battle manga, but that's what it becomes. And it's like, that's the extent of it, as far as I understand.
I think
maybe it's more in depth than that, but
I think it kind of starts as it's sort of like a regular like Scooby-Doo fan comic, but like it's drawn kind of like weird, like the way Scooby is drawn is weird. And like that, like the fact that he draws Scooby that way is sort of like the running gag. Like he always keeps drawing him like that weird way, even as Scooby becomes like the most important character in the universe and stuff, and like all these shonen battles. Scoob and Shag it's like genuinely good in like a technical way. Like the art is really good, and a lot of the I think a lot of the battle, there's a lot of like shonen powers stuff, and some of it is kind of interesting. I don't think any of it is as like whoa, like that's kind of like
I don't think
unexpectedly
anything's
cool as the neutrals.
Yeah, like the weird
some of it
brain
is
stuff
good. Some of it is pretty good, but I don't think any of it is as good as the neutrals. It's
yes. But like if this guy was like he read Scoob and Shag and saw Mr. Boop and it was also incorporating other characters, I would say that the scale of Mr. Boop is not the same thing, and maybe he was like waiting for it to go further than it did.
What's a little bit more?
It's not really about that, but
yeah. What's a
different
little
strokes.
What I think makes Scoob and Shag a little lame, in my opinion, is that it's not just like Tales Gets Trolled has all these characters, and sometimes they refer to, the canons they exist in. Like, they do, like Bugs Bunny is canonically a Looney Tune, and he does, he puts up signs for duck season to trick Elmer Fudd and whatever. But, that's totally, like, not relevant to, like, what they're doing. Scoob and Shag, like, the story of Scoob and Shag is, like, about these cartoon characters are, like, it's basically, like, Space Jam logic. Like, these cartoon characters are coming from the cartoon world, and they, like, did, like, there's some kind of weird plot about how they were, like, escaping, like, their cartoon home world to come to the real world, or something like that. It's been a while. It takes itself a little more seriously in a way that I think is not funny.
I still
Mr.
haven't
Boop,
read much of it, so maybe
Mr.
there's
Boop
more
doesn't
to
take itself seriously at all, and
Mr.
I think
Boop's
that's
just fucking around. It's
Mr.
like so
Mr.
stupid.
Boop takes itself maybe even less seriously than Tails Gets Trolled, because like Tails Gets Trolled in Mr. Boop, like, do they even? I guess they do. Probably, like, Mickey Mouse does still belong to the Disney Corporation, and like, the Homestuck trolls are, they do sort of exist in their. I would say it's pretty comparable. Like the amount of like this character's backstory and like canon matters to the story is pretty similar in like Mr. Boop and in Tails Gets Trolled. In Scoob and Shag, it's bigger, sort of, kind of, yeah. I fell off Scoob and Shag, and I kind of was like, yeah, I kind of get it. I think the best thing about Scoob and Shag is the art, actually, because like a lot of it's really good. Obviously, that's not really true of Tails Gets Trolled and Mr. Boop, but oh well.
But this guy likes Clarissa, so that's based.
That's based. I want to see the end of Clarissa.
2022 is going to be the year of doing a bunch of shit. It's just going to be the year of continuing to do a bunch of shit as much as I can. So I will definitely plan to finish Clarissa, at least the story that's currently happening.
What's Scoob and Shag is it's like the sort of the comedy of Scoob and Shag is in that, like, it's the comedy of the fact that it takes itself 100% seriously.
I mean,
like
that can
the
be
whole
funny.
like melodrama. Yeah, I think maybe I'm being a little hard on it. But the whole melodrama of like these people are from like another dimension and they came to a new universe, and like a lot of them lost their memories and were brainwashed, and they're they're rediscovering this like ancient truth about their people and whatever. It's like it's all delivered with 100%.
I think
sincerity.
It
is funny, and it's in a very different way.
The way to go with a thing like a premise like that is to go as extreme as you possibly can into what a cartoon character situation would not be like, where characters are bloodily killed and the neutrals, and in Tails Gets Trolled, they go so fucking intense with some of those scenes.
They do in Scoob and Shag too.
Sure. I haven't seen enough to know, but like that's what you would need, is that it would need to be like as depressing as Berserk to be like the peak.
Scoob and Shag
of
is
that joke.
Scoob and Shag that is basically what Scoob and Shag is. So like there's definitely it's definitely going for something and it's achieving it for sure. Also, I remember there's one shot of this is a bit of a spoiler, but Bugs Bunny turns out to be like a big villain. And when he reveals his power, cuz basically every cartoon character has like a sort of like one, it's sort of like a stand. They have like one like power that is unique to them that they have. And Bugs Bunny's is like the ability to I think it's like he can like erase things from reality, and the way that he does it is he controls like TV static. Like he can generate like TV static around himself that can like erase stuff. And it's awesome. Like the panel of him like revealing the power and like all this static is like exploding out of him like looks really cool. And that's the image that stuck with me the most from Scoob and Shag. Yeah, so very different reading experience. Yeah. Anyway, next one is me failing. Oh God, me failing.
Was it webcomics?
No, that was the one.
Just listened to. Okay, sorry. I've been sort of clicking on them on the website half.
Oh yeah,
clicking them in the Discord half. I don't know which one you listen to.
Yeah, that was just webcomics that we just listened to. The next one is me failing dry dump December. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm not listening to this.
I'll listen. Oh, I hear grunting. Wow, that's dry.
I've muted it. You didn't get me.
Oh God, I think he's gonna be bleeding after this. It was very dry. It did almost sound like sand. So congratulations, man. You were so close. All you had to do was hold on. Another like, well, this was 2 days ago, so another like 5 days. You were so close, so close. That little bit of moisture that was left that would have made it into sand. You know, you lost it, and now you'll never get it back. Tragic.
It's the stupidest joke ever.
Next one is called unedited clip from the PCP, which I will just it's for Vokaroo, so I will download. Unedited clip from the PCP. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, my shit is not clean. My shit is not clean, and it's a mess. And it oh man, there was my shit is not clean. Again, this was the thing. It was another problem I had this week with reflections. There was a what was it? Shit. There was something with a character brain object fog in the game that was what was it doing? What was it doing? It was doing something.
Was I just waiting for you to get to it?
Oh, I remember. It was I guess. Okay. So I'm meant to be shamed, right, by this?
Yes.
I don't get it. Like, yeah, I didn't get to the point in 40 seconds. I stammered a bit and I was trying to remember something.
I mean, if you're trying to remember something, it'll take a while.
I mean, it was kind
of awkward when I don't say anything in between, but I don't really know what to say a lot of the time.
Okay, I was conveying information in this clip. Like, I conveyed that it was something about a character doing something, and then I was trying to like fill in the details as I went. So I don't know, man. This one doesn't. I don't know what we can really learn from this. Would it be better if I never stammered, never paused, always knew exactly what I was going to say? Well, sure.
Of course.
Of course. Next one is a video.
Nate 7 seconds long.
Anthony Fantano reviews the Procrastinators podcast. Here we go.
The Procrastinators podcast is a skeleton of what it once was. I'm feeling a light to decent 4 on this thing.
Okay, so this is an Anthony Fantano voice modulator.
It's
I don't
not
even
a very
know if they're called
good
modulators,
one.
but I like saying that.
I don't know what they're called. It's not a very good one.
Yeah.
The Dr. Wolf and Applejack ones were much more convincing. Maybe because those are cartoon characters, so I'm just like more easily convinced by them. Maybe
like
that's
Dr.
not the
Wolf,
fault
the cartoon character.
Well,
the not human.
Well, I mean, he kind of is. He has a animated little character.
Yeah, but like
speaks
Anthony
through.
Fantano has way more footage of him talking in a microphone on the internet than Dr. Wolf, I would think.
Well,
there's more to draw from. It should be smoother.
Oh yeah. I think it's a slap job for sure. Yeah, you're right. I think this, but you know what? Message received. The melon thinks we're thinks we're slipping, so we gotta I don't know, do something about that, I guess. Next one is called Nate Heads. Putting it here in the chat. Okay, Nate Heads. 3, 2, 1, go.
On episode 273, someone asked why best guy of his fans are called Nate Heads and not something that rhymes like Nate Mates. Well, that's simple. It's because they're always sucking Nate's dick.
Because they give a Nate head.
Nate Head.
Nate Head.
I mean, Nate Mate would also be like a sexual.
It would be. Well, that implies like they're equal partners in their sexual intercourse. But that's not acceptable. That's simply not the case.
When I'm a fan of something, I give it head. That's how it works.
Anything?
Yeah, if I'm a fan of Minecraft, I'm a minehead.
That's what giving head
works.
means, right? Is you call yourself a head after it.
Yeah. I'm giving my head on a silver platter.
What?
I don't know. Whatever. Move on.
A silver platter?
Like if I decapitated myself.
Oh.
I'd be giving head, but like whatever. It's stupid.
No, I get it. Okay. It was a bit of a leap, but I got there. Next, this is the last one. We're at the last voicemail, and my eyes and nose and throat are feeling pretty dry, so hoping my not my hemoglobin, oh god, brain fog. What's the word for the part of the brain? Not the cerebellum.
Serotonin?
No, part of brain. I said it earlier. Part of brain, smell, memory. Hippocampus. I hope my hippocampus has survived this long.
I mean, I guess it's good that you've been doing Dry Dump December, because you need all that extra moisture, it seems like.
More than ever. Now more than ever. I can't afford to defecate. Next, this one is called a special guest calls in to respond to Ben's football take. 3, 2, 1, go.
Football sucks. It's a garbage sport for toilet people.
Boo!
What was that from?
It's alright.
I feel like I've heard that in a video once.
I don't remember. I may have heard that line before, but I definitely don't know what video it was from.
Fuck X.
Did Jesse ever make a video that was just called Fuck Football?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's all the voicemails.
Yeah, that is it. All right, well
I should
hopefully
I might order some more groceries, and then I might just try to. I don't know. I'm not sick enough anymore that I'm like need to just like try to sleep all the time.
What time does the PCB like come out in America?
Usually, 2 p.m. is the normal time for 2 p.m. on Friday.
So if somebody watched it when it comes out, they would have time to prepare for the end of the year and have a good New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I mean, we could always put it out earlier in the day if you wanted. No one's like, that's a usual time, but no one's like super married to it or anything.
Well, on the off chance that people are like not busy and had the time to listen to the episode before the new year, a happy new year, every listener.
Right. Yes, happy new year. You know, by the time they're done listening to it, though, it will be 3 hours after that. So they may have, so it would be 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's time.
Well, which would still be time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Merry Christmas, for all the happy holidays, everyone. Don't be like me, don't get Omicron. See you in the new year. Yeah, it's the last one before 2022. 2020 was bad. 2021 was not the best. But maybe the trajectory will continue upwards. 2020...
The fact that 2021 had the vaccines is a relief, because going into 2021 they didn't exist yet.
Yeah, all right, that's true. I'm feeling a bit down on 2021 lately because of, the current spike and how my Christmas went. But overall, it was definitely an improvement. But that's what I'm saying.
It's a big spike, but it's good that the vaccines are there to make it not fatal for like the vast majority of people who are getting it.
Yeah, although, Omicron doesn't... I don't know. Omicron
getting
doesn't
COVID is not fine, but like
it does help.
The death toll
I'm not,
and like the needing
I'm not
to be on
saying
ventilators are like minimized.
I'm not saying it's fine. I'm just saying the vaccine is significantly less effective against Omicron. So that's unfortunate. But maybe they'll come up with a reformulated...
I mean, it is
Omicron.
effective. It is effective against it because people who have not been vaccinated,
it's not
refused to get it,
but it's
they're getting on ventilators. They're dying. Those are the people who are anti-vaxxers are getting hit hardest with all this.
Well,
Sucks
sure,
for them.
and it does. I guess it does. Yeah. It is sad. It is sad when people die, even if they brought it on themselves by being foolish.
Yeah.
Man. Well, anyway, all I'm saying is here's to a good 2022. Let's keep the good times and the vaccines rolling, baby. Let's stick them up. Let's fucking pump our veins full of whatever Dr. Fauci wants us to. Let's get high on that 5G.
Yee!
Woo! Yeah.
The year of 2022 will be the year that my secret project comes out, and Clarissa Gunsmoke will be finished, and the Lord of Ghosts stuff will be sent out, and Lord of Ghosts Chapter 3, the final one, the final act of Lord of Ghosts will also be finished. Aside from that, I don't know what I will be doing, but that'll keep me occupied, I'm sure.
That's pretty good. It will be the year... I think I can expect that I will do the Slime and Punishment book this year in 2022, so that's good. It will be the year that it'll be the year when my secret project yet to be revealed, I'll reveal it soon, will be happening, going out, available, which will be very funny and cool. I'm gonna say it will be the year when all of the BradCon 4 content is finally released. I feel very confident about that.
I suppose it's not entirely up to us now.
It's not.
Balls are in other courts at the moment.
That is true. But nevertheless, I feel confident about it. But anyway, all that's pretty good stuff.
Yes.
And that's not enough to fill me. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. I have a few things on my to-do list, and I don't know what order I want to tackle them in, or maybe if I need to change tactics or change gears and maybe come up with some new things in the near future. But I don't know. We'll talk more about that in 2022, I guess. I think it's gonna be... not to be cheesy or anything, but I think it's going to be a good year. I think I see big things happening. I think I see changes on the horizon. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited.
We can only hope.
Yeah. All right, are we done?
Yes.
All right, well, love you all, listeners. See you next year. Peace out. Have a good one. Mwah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.